Start over, Drew. Give us a
Should we do like
5, 4,
2-1?
3, 2.
Like, oh no.
Okay. Well, hi guys. Well, welcome
What
to
a
tonight's
power
episode
move.
of the Paper Dungeon. Drew is messing with us already. This is supposed to be a clean one. Dang it. Oh,
I
we're
love
off to a
it.
bad start.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the Paper Dungeon. We are super excited to be playing tonight. It's going to be super fun, absolutely rad, 100% amazing. We do have a couple of announcements to go through. Aaron, let's start with yours.
We started off last week with a new stream that will theoretically be going on Wednesdays, called Table Scraps. You probably, maybe if you've been here before, seen a few episodes that we did on the main channel. As to whether or not it will be a continuous campaign or not, pretty much depends on our very wild schedules. I will be eventually getting to the point where it is a weekly event, but whether or not it will be a weekly game or it will be just me working on PDFs for homebrew content and things like that and just hanging out and talking, or me and one of the other cast members hamming it up and talking about the main campaign or whatever is going on, it'll just vary on the time. Whether or not we do it this week is yet unknown, so stick in that Discord, keep an eye out, and I will make sure to post as for what the actual plans are for the week.
Very nice.
God, that was slick.
You really did that well. Good job.
Ryan, I believe you have an announcement as well,
I
correct?
do, and it's something that you guys are already looking at. If you look around at your screen, you'll notice that we have a wonderful new overlay made by the beautiful, the wonderful, the oh so talented Lydia Corinne,
Also known as Baby Starch.
Oh my god.
Everyone
starchy.
put Lydia Corn.
Chat.
Yeah,
for,
Lydia Corn in
some support.
chat.
Archie.
I can't.
I do want to put in a little subtext. Just because we have a new overlay for the 5 players doesn't mean that Hannah's gone or anything like that. She's just been on an extended leave for a little while. She will be coming back hopefully soon. But she's not gone by any means. She'll be back. So yeah, just be aware of that. And then last but not least, Andrew, you have an announcement.
Oh, me? Oh, me.
Yes,
Yes,
you.
that's right. Well, something else you guys might notice, our fellow Dungeoneers, accompanying the new overlay is the face of a man we have not seen in some time. Ryan.
Hi guys.
It's
He is
beautiful,
so
guys,
hot.
isn't it?
Funded by the Paper Dungeon themselves. Everyone got me a webcam, so you can see me now.
Just your
Yes.
face.
So
Man,
really,
Ryan no longer has
that's
to use
code
his
for
ghetto phone setup.
Hey,
You
that phone setup
Dungeoneers.
carried me for like 20 episodes, okay?
you, the Dungeoneers, made this happen.
We're paying respects to that phone setup,
Yeah,
man.
honestly.
Also,
Honestly,
if you're on the
RIP phone setup.
podcast, if you are on the podcast, you could, with your own 2 eyes, see Ryan's face and the beautiful new overlay. You just gotta hop over to our Twitch stream, twitch.tv/thepaperdungeon. We'd love to see it in chat.
This is the
so come on
weirdest
over.
podcast advert because right now we're live. So like this is
Hey, it'll be there. It'll be there.
It's just preparing for the future, you know.
Exactly.
That all being said, I do agree. Let's give one moment of silence for Ryan's phone setup. All right, Drew, roll the clip.
Cool.
Guys, are you ready for a beach episode? Because I'm very ready for a beach episode. Drew, roll the clip.
Welcome to Nico Muras, a world full of sprawling cities and dark secrets. In the wake of the trial, a divine act of righteous judgment, the world has been launched into an era of rebirth. But there are those who still lust for darkness and ruin. Follow us across the continent of Talira, from the deserts of Elon Ryan to the fields of Rivaluna. Deep in the Bloomrose Ocean and high above the Alisar Mountains, our story will see our adventurers through glory, fear, and fortune as they make their way through the Paper Dungeon.
Burp.
All right, and we are back. So, over the last several weeks within the campaign, our
Welcome
party
to
has been
Nico
making their
Muros, to
way
Nico
to the
Muros,
city
a
of
world full of
Muros,
sprawling
capital city of
cities
East
and
Bravania,
dark
country of which
secrets.
Haval is
In the
from.
wake of the trial,
Oh no. Technical difficulties right off the bat.
What
Technical
happened?
difficulties right off the bat. Were we
Don't
not
think
were we
it's
not
near
live
all of
before
that.
or something?
Are
Was
we-
our
are we
audio
good?
off?
We good? Can I start?
Oh.
Hi everybody. We
From the
tried
top.
so hard. You know, we buy new webcams. We're
No,
figuring
no,
out
the-
mics. We're trying to do everything
We
we can
tried
to
really
avoid
hard to
technical
have it together.
difficulties.
We really
And
did.
something that's
I
never happened
promise.
before.
It's not
happens.
falling apart, DJ. Just keep going, bud.
We're just trying to
So-
fill the bingo sheet for everybody right off
That's
the bat,
right.
so they don't have to worry about it. That's
Technical
what it is.
difficulties.
Check it
every
out on our
single week.
Discord.
So, over the last several weeks of the campaign, our party has been making their way across the country of Telira to make their way to the city of Marencia, the capital city of East Bravania, the city at which Havel has grown up in within his home country of East Bravania. They were making their way over to the city to kind of tie up some loose ends for Havel himself, and this is also one of the largest cities and port cities that would allow them to go over to Lasania, which is where they are beginning to head next after all of this. And so they've been making their way. It took about 6 weeks of flying, so that would have been about 12 weeks of walking. It took about 6 weeks of flying to make their way this way. They had several stops along the way. They met a circus. They reconnected with Havel's old friend and love, Midas.
You might say that he was an old flame.
Oh, shut
He's a
up.
fire eater. He's
The
a
worst part is
sun
I
elf
knew
and a
the joke you were
fire
about to
eater.
make,
That's so
and I
good.
still let it happen.
So
Get it?
That was your first mistake.
they had been making their way east towards the
Downtown.
city, and at the end of the last episode, just as the sun was setting, it was the sun was setting. It was at the end of the last day. Just as the sun was setting, you guys could then see the shimmering twilight hours of Marencia coming into view as you guys flew in. As you guys are approaching this, you can see that this city is immensely different to some of the other cities that you're used to, about similar size and overall shape to Othala, as it's very, very large and spread out across and very, very well spread out, but very different in how they go about it. There are no major walls that protect the city. The city is mostly made of masonry cobblestone instead of wood and very like rough cut stone like Othala. Going throughout it, it kind of comes right off the beach, and you can very distinctly tell that there are several different wards to this city. The closest to you as you approach is slightly less elaborate, a little bit more spread out, more wooden buildings with thatched roofs, much more kind of the poorer district, as you guys can tell. Behind that, there is a row of pillars, probably spread out 30 feet across, that kind of encircle kind of this half moon shape between the common area and the rest of the city. Just these you'd say probably like 8 foot tall pillars spread out about every 30 feet. Behind that, you guys can see this shimmering, glistening plaza centered in the city with several different areas around town around it. You can see that there's one side that is much nicer, a little wealthier. There's another side that seems to be much more religious, has a lot of temples and synagogues in it, a little bit of a more historic side to the city. On the far side of the city, there are the docks and all of the respective buildings and business that goes along with that. And then on the far right side of the city, there is an area that is more coastal in their design, much more kind of the like coastal city, seafaring, very like vacation city-esque area. You can see there's flags hanging all over the place, not necessarily just cultural flags, but just colorful flags hanging from all the different buildings. You can see that there are several of these buildings that have been stacked up very tall, as well as it being spread out. So it's a very tall city, along with it being very spread out. If you guys think in the Hobbit, that what's it called, Bree, or no, not Bree, but the town in the middle of the lake. There's several of that type of buildings as well, mostly built of cobblestone as well. Most of the buildings are throughout there. As you guys approach, the sun is setting over the water, casting these glimmering lights that shift and ebb and sway. That shift and ebb and sway with the ocean. And as you guys approach, what would you guys like to do?
Well, real quick, I have a question. This is one of like the major cities, right? This is like a very large city, like
it
a
is
Thalassian.
It's huge. It's massive.
It is huge.
Cool. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's it.
you would know that this city, square footage wise, is about the same as the Thala.
Okay.
There is more people in this city. It's easier to access, and they've built like Athala built upwards, quote unquote, but they had the rings to it. And inside, like the rings where the next level would be, there wasn't a lot of space inside of there beneath the upper rings and stuff like that. Merencia is different, where they've built very tall along with being wide, and there's no like wasted space in it. So there's a lot more space for people, a lot more space for commerce and business. Plus, this is one of the major port cities that you know of. This is a major trade center, and so just looking at the docks, you could probably see 30 or so piers that all are busy with boats coming in and out. The dock ward, as you'll come to know it, basically never sleeps. There's always business and goods coming in and out of the city.
Okay, awesome, sweet. Thanks for that.
Is there also a small trashy island just off to the side filled with a bunch of places that no one ever wants to go there? I'm making a reference to New York.
I thought you were making a reference to Alcatraz, and I was like, prison escape?
Is there a little prison?
Actually, well, if you guys do look, there is a prison on an island off the coast, but
yeah, I know it.
There's always an island.
This is just fantasy New York.
Well, I don't have anything.
Havel's just gonna kind of.
That's very
Havel's gonna call out and just be like, so it depends on where you want to go. We can go into Old Town, and probably get an inn there. It'd be rather cheap. Either way, if you want, I don't know if you want to meet Father Grendale, he'd probably be in the prayer ward. So it's entirely up to you all. What do you want to do while you're here?
I just want to double check. We're here to get a boat, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's like all we're here for?
Well, I
Is there
have some
anything
things
else?
I have some errands I need to run. It might take me a
Alright,
few
so
days,
errands
so
to
we
run.
might have to stay here a few.
Okay.
That's
You
not so bad, though.
can lounge about. We could go beach side. Do you guys want to go to the beach?
That sounds terrible.
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
Maybe
a
it's set
beach
for you,
day.
Tarak. You don't have to go to the
Do-
beach.
Does now? Okay, Havel. I walk over.
Yes.
I lean down.
Yes.
Does Merencia have any surfing?
Yes.
I have heard the surf is good. I have never done it.
All right, that's all I need to know.
You're not thinking about surfing, are you?
Well, I mean, if we have the time for it, I would.
I want to go surfing.
Well, first let's establish a place we're staying. I
Right,
vote
right.
we do something close to the docks.
Yes.
Yeah. We could. I mean, yeah, we could do Old Town. I mean, they're in scattered about everywhere, but Old Town has probably the highest density. It's where the first settlers would have likely came in to start up Merencia.
How
So if you want, do you want to
open-minded is this place?
There are more races flowing through Merencia than there are, I guess, sins in my bloodstream. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like,
If you have something in your bloodstream, I should definitely get that checked out.
well, you get the point. Whatever. What do you guys want to go to Old Town?
Yeah, that's
Okay, great.
sounds
Lead
good.
the way,
Uh,
whatever's best.
DJ, I'm gonna just take them to like the most middle of the road inn I can think of.
Tell me
Okay.
the name of the inn is middle of the road inn.
Please be middle of the road.
So, there are two prominent quote unquote inns in Old Town that you know of. There is the Sea's Whisper and the White Top Tavern. The Sea's Whisper, you know, is owned and managed by the Ledger.
We go to the White Top Tavern.
Thank God. I would have vetoed the other one so hard.
So,
Yeah,
next question.
I'm gonna make an effort to try to avoid for a bit most of the Ledger owned
Okay.
Everything.
inns.
Totally fair. Totally understandable. That's why I want to double check.
Great.
What are you guys doing with the bats?
Ooh, good
Oh,
question.
my sweet baby boy.
Hide
We
in
can
the
re-
woods, Harry.
I mean, we're
Sugar,
probably
what
going to charter a
would
ship and then
go?
leave. So, do we want to release them?
Release.
Well, I mean, for a moment, send them on their way. Let them
I don't know
Havel's
how
like, I
to-
don't have my bat anymore, so you guys don't have your bats anymore.
live their bat life. I mean,
I
does
know that's
Ren-
not what you're actually doing, but I just love my.
Tarak, how hard would it be to summon new bats? I really don't want to part
I
with
mean, So I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure God messed up the first time.
It's a faith thing. Gotcha.
No.
how big is the temple I grew up in?
The Synagogue of the Final Siege is its official name, and it's massive.
It's
Hide him in the bell tower.
It's
how
probably
yeah
the biggest. It's
How-
probably the biggest synagogue in the city.
how mad would
Oh,
Father Grendel be?
You-
if we-
Extremely.
You would all be Havel, you'd be terrified for not only the lives of the bats, but also yours, if you were to leave the bats in the
Oh.
synagogue.
That is
Father
very
Grendel
funny.
takes very meticulous
Um,
care of his synagogue.
I don't. I'm going to be entirely honest. I'm unaware. Well, I'm unaware of any legal way to store exotic creatures.
What if we just, registered them as horses?
and put them in a stable?
Yeah.
There's just one
I-
problem with that.
I
They
don't-
aren't horses.
Yeah.
I
don't think
mean,
they're gonna. I don't think
we
that's
just need to
gonna
find a blind stable
I mean,
master.
we won't know unless we try.
Might as well. Tarak,
And besides, they can, worst comes to worst, they can fend for themselves for a little
Right.
bit.
I guess it's either stables or we find somewhere in the wild for them to stay, perhaps, and that doesn't seem as
yeah, outside
sustainable.
the city.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
Is Commonwealth? The Commonwealth isn't like unsafe. It's just not the safest in some parts.
Everywhere else is just like it's either historically protected for different reasons or it's like very middle class. The Commonwealth is like lower middle class to kind of like poorer class. So it's not like it's
Yeah.
unsafe, but there's definitely a higher crime rate there,
Yeah.
which is kind of funny with your previous occupation because you know that you guys don't really do a whole lot in the Commonwealth. It's just
Yeah,
kind
no,
of,
they do
they do
white
their
collar
thing,
crime.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in reality, the crime rate is higher elsewhere, but they just don't get caught.
we just don't get
Exactly.
caught. Yeah, exactly.
No one knows about it.
No one. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's white collar. Do I know of a large stable? It doesn't even have to be like necessarily. It could be Commonwealth. It could be like far end of Commonwealth, but like
You do know of a state.
I'm not too worried about our war bats getting robbed. If I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest, like
Come to think of it, I'm actually not too sure how well Orcish warbats would take to being in a stable.
Yeah,
That's a good
so-
point.
It would be
You
better
do
just
know
to,
of a stable that is fairly large, usually can hold up to like 30 horses. It's very much designed for travelers coming in and out that want to, take care of their stuff. It's Alonzo's stable and keep. It's in the Commonwealth. It's on the far side of the Commonwealth. Actually fairly close to Old Town. It's kind of, you like pass it on your way through Old Town.
okay.
On the way to Old Town. But
Do,
yeah, you guys can make that decision.
do we want to put them in a stable, or do we want to just let them do their thing for a while?
Well, Tarak, if we told them to stay in these woods by the city, would they? Would we be able to find them?
I mean, they follow your commands and can mentally maintain a connection with you for up to 1 mile. So
But what if we
Okay.
leave the city? Then are
Sugar,
they
do
just
you
on their
want
own?
to stay here or do you want to go to a stable?
You do know that the woods are further than a mile from the city.
The woods are a bit away.
Yeah.
So that's not an option.
We're kind of
Okay.
surrounded by. I always kind of pictured Merencia as surrounded by sort of.
I mean,
light grassland.
I'll be honest, I
Okay.
don't know how to get rid of them. Like it
I was
isn't like I
trying
can
to talk to her bat.
Be
I can't just
Oh,
I
good.
can't just like break concentration
I
because
mean,
it's just
I-
a spell that happens.
When I gave control to Midas, I simply just kind of commanded it that
Yeah,
Midas
you,
was the
like
master. Like that's all
they
I really
can
did.
hang out, like whatever, they'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to if I do the spell again, I highly doubt that I will magically summon like 50 warbats again. I think I can do like one. I'm pretty sure that was a one-time thing, little glitch in the
we don't-
matrix.
While the warbats are fine, honestly, like they.
I'm more concerned for the other people.
You're concerned that what they're going to.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
we are
hurt.
basically introducing a hostile invasive species.
Okay, what do you
Do the warbats eat?
Yes.
Bro, Renaya is still asking her bat.
Yeah, yeah.
What does this
Renaya's
bat
talking to the
want?
bat. What does the bat want? What does the bat want to
Oh,
do?
everybody's looking at me talking to my bat now.
Well, is she
Sugar,
saying anything?
What would you like to do?
Also, I think
they have
intelligence
of like In
Has
in your
intelligence of
mind,
5.
with what you can understand of this,
Ooh, it has an intelligence
the entire time it has had a longing for freedom. You get the
Aw.
sense that these weren't created for you guys, but they were like kind of captured.
Oh
Basically, is how you can think of it. So they've been longing for freedom, but it's more than happy to comply as well.
Also, it is like celestial.
Oh, right, sugar. Away you go! And I'm gonna do a mental unlink with my bat.
my
She stays
gosh.
for just a second and kind of like turns and squeaks. I think bats squeak, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
they have, like,
although
sonar.
warbats are a bit more disturbing.
It screams at you.
I like to think their sonar. Their
in an
sonar
endearing and
isn't.
kind way.
Their sonar
just
isn't
hates you.
pinging, but they go umraka umraka. You're in a battle scene and you hear from the distance over the hills umraka, umraka. And as the sun cascades
We-
below the hills,
Yeah.
an army of bats going umraka descend
I
upon
want-
the hill, and you know that your fate has been sealed.
I want a shirt that says umrika umrika.
Dude,
It's Flight of the
hear-
Valkyrie, but it's just Flight of the Warbats.
What is my bat doing?
She
just-
screamed
it's
at
just
you
like-
and then she flew off.
Oh, so long,
No,
sugar. Farewell.
It's just
Be
like
sure to write.
Well, that's
Um,
another bat. That's another bat. Down.
I walk over to Skrillegish.
Skrillex? A
Skrillegish.
remixing bat?
Mreka, mreka.
Wreck
Okay, anyways.
I just stand in front of it,
Yeah.
and then I unsheath my blade and place it into the ground.
Unfurls its wings.
Oh.
And I place it into the ground, and I give a slight bow, and I will break the connection as well.
It does a similar thing where now that its wings are unfurled, it kind of screeches at you before
Takes out its
flapping
sword.
twice and then soaring off.
So
All right.
long, farewell. Be
Edward.
sure to write.
Malora does
Skrillex.
the same thing.
So long, farewell.
She places her
Be
bow
sure to
into the
write.
ground.
Takes the
Edward.
bow. She snaps the bow of her knees and feeds it to it.
Oh, we need that bow.
No, you don't. No, this is
Edward
how I- this is
turns
how
to
I
Harry.
prefer.
Edward turns to Harry and says,
Not
Harry, I will
Looks at
miss
you.
you. We've had great times, and I can't believe that I'll never get the chance to maneuver again.
So, as you're saying all this, you're starting to like you're saying this and you're trying to be really sweet, but you're already thinking about like how the mental disconnection's gonna go. And halfway through it, you accidentally break the disconnect. So as you're saying, it just takes off.
No,
In the middle of what you're saying.
Farewell. Be sure to
I
write.
wasn't done. Oh
It's
my
okay.
bat.
They'll write
it's
to
gone.
us. They'll write to us.
No, they won't. They're bats. It's fine. We'll find another one. Maybe God will mess up again. We can only hope, right? That made it a lot easier
hold
for
on.
us.
Which God?
I mean, if we're here,
The
God
one that
messed up
Tarak was
somewhere along
talking
the way.
about.
Oh, that's really true. Okay.
Well, now that that's over, I guess we have to find a boat.
I mean, I figured we're gonna find the boat no matter what.
I'm never gonna be able to do a backflip in the sky again.
Let's go
Great.
to Old Town, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rack, what are you doing with your bat?
Oh, I told my bat, hey, just don't injure any civilians. But once a day, fly over to town, hit me up with a mental connection, and I'll tell you what to do later.
Okay. Cool.
Let's
So,
link up
later.
just once a day, quick
Flaws
fly
and
over and
screeches
then get
and,
back.
and takes off.
That's really sweet.
That's the sound that the wings make. Umraka, umraka, umraka.
That's good.
I love how no one understands what this joke is.
Do you hear
But
that? Do you hear
We
them?
love it.
Do you hear them off in the distance?
Do you hear the Muffin Man?
The war bats.
I think we've dwelled on this a little too long.
So,
All right, Old
you guys
Town,
begin
yay!
making your way into Marencia. You begin by heading through the Commonwealth. These buildings are widespread apart, like I said.
DM, I put on a hood just in case.
Good call.
Cool.
I
Great.
cloak and hood.
Okay. Cool.
Ditto.
Okay, cool. You guys begin making your way through the Commonwealth. Like I said, these buildings are a little bit more spread out. It's not as crowded. Very different to the Gloom Ward of Athala, where everything was packed in as tight as you can, and there wasn't a lot of space, and it was stinky and dirty and gross. The Commonwealth is poorer than the rest of the city by a lot, but because the wall is technically behind the Commonwealth between Old Town, the Hark District, and everything else, the Commonwealth have the ability to spread out as far into the grasslands as they want. And so there's never really this lack of space. And so they're able to spread out a lot more, have a little bit more access to some freedoms and stuff like that, which therefore makes it much easier to hide the economic differences between the Commonwealth and the rest of the city. But you guys make your way through the Commonwealth. You pass by Alonzo's stable, Alavon Beach, excuse me. You pass by Alonzo's stable and keep. It's this very, very massive stable that has a variety of horses and donkeys and barnyard animals. Basically anything that someone could ride, oxes, stuff like that. Anything that someone would use to tow a cart or to ride into town. Stay there a lot of times, along with a variety of carts that are on the outside of it. You pass through this and then enter into Old Town. Entering into Old Town, things begin to tighten up a little bit more. The streets are still fairly wide, definitely just as wide as the streets of Athala, if not maybe a little bit wider. But the buildings are built up much taller now. They're much more historic. You can tell these all have cobblestone foundations that raise them up about half a level or so before the actual building keeps going from that, at which point most of the supporting structure is again kind of this well-masoned cobblestone with wood accents. Sometimes it's a darker oak, sometimes it's kind of this what am I thinking? It's like a pale wood. What am I thinking?
Mahogany.
Birch?
That's the opposite of
Birch.
pale wood.
Yes, thank you.
I got it. Minecraft pays off, man.
Yes. A lot of times it's birched. Throughout all of this, you can tell that it has been weathered from sea salt, storms. You can tell that there have been many additions added on to these things. Obviously, this town would be one that could suffer hurricanes and stuff like that. It's part of the reason why all the buildings are built up at least half a story taller before they even actually start. And many of them have cellars, stuff like that. You begin making your way through Old Town, following Haval as he leads you through the winding streets with lanterns kind of lighting the way. A lot of times there's flags that crisscross from one building to another. And you guys begin making your way to the White Top Tavern. Entering into it, you can see that, or entering into the center of town, there is a central plaza, much smaller than the main plaza, than the glistening plaza, but just kind of central areas of town that has many of the major taverns, inns, restaurants, stuff like that. kind of center around this plaza. And you can see on the far side of the plaza, there is a cobblestone foundation with dark mahogany that builds up the majority of the building, and the roof itself is kind of this. If you guys know what cedar shake roofs look like, it's like that but with birch, and it's very well maintained to keep it kind of this bleached white roof. It's one of the only roofs that are like this. It very much stands out, along with the massive sign that says the White Top Inn, with just a little iconography of a white roof above it.
That's cute.
Thank you. You cross the plaza and enter into this bustling tavern. There are many, many people in this tavern, moving about, drinking, having fun, playing games, playing chess, gambling. There's several different tables. This is kind of a all-around place where it's kind of like a casino, and also a restaurant, and also a tavern, kind of this very in general place. What would you guys like to do specifically in the tavern?
I'm going to approach the innkeep.
Okay. As you approach, there is an older, kind of pot-bellied, thicker man, big, bushy ginger beard, bald on top. You approach, and he looks up at you and says, "Well, hello there. How may we be of assistance to you tonight at the White Top Inn?"
Havel is going to put on his best "I've never been to Morencia before. Oh, isn't this quaint?" kind of attitude. And just go, my lord. Well, I do believe that me and my friends want to acquire some rooms in this fine establishment.
All right, so let me check my ledger.
Havel has a fight or flight response when he says ledger.
I choose fights. Just punch him.
Look through the pages. All right, I have 2 more rooms tonight. Will that suffice, or do you need more?
We might need more.
How many beds are in a room?
A few more.
6.
There are 2 beds per room.
Let's see if we have.
Well, necessarily speaking, we won't need it till the end of tonight. Are you, by any chance, is anyone leaving sometime soon?
Unless someone changes or anything like that, most people check out by noon, and so I do not believe that anybody's going to be checking out.
How much do your rooms cost?
1 gold per night.
1 gold per night? Havel's going to go. He's going to stand up on an empty stool, or something.
Oh no.
And go.
Why are you doing?
And go. Who here is staying at this fine establishment?
A lot of people raise their drink. And
I go. I will give 3 gold to. So you know what? I'll give 5 gold to each individual that decides to give up their room for us.
You get rushed by a.
Okay.
I should have said after the first 5.
Yeah, I say, all right, everyone, calm down. I only give up to the. I'm only giving it up to the first 4. So, you, and I choose the first 4 immediately next to me.
Perfect. They go through. They give up their room keys. You pay them each.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm a spoiled rich kid like Havel early on, and
like Edward now.
I love that you're pretending like you're a spoiled rich kid when you have more money than you did at the beginning of the campaign.
Yeah, well, I have me.
Mm-hmm.
I have less money than I did at the beginning of the campaign.
You don't include the
special coins.
No, I include the coins. Yeah, I don't have change, so I'm just going to give those 4 fine people platinum pieces and go, you know what, I'm feeling generous today.
Dang, Havel, just flashing money like that in a crowd.
And
this is how you
take
get
their
robbed
room
by the
keys from
ledger.
them.
Yes.
It's fine. Anyways, I turn back to the other gentleman and I give him 5 gold, and I go, and I believe this will suffice for the other 2 rooms and then some.
Yes, very much so.
Wonderful. All right. Can you
But-
show us to our rooms?
I'd be happy to. He then
Also-
stands up.
Just to be clear, we are still like just loaded on dragon parts, just like hanging off of us right now.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
look gross.
Like I
Feel
still
like
have
awesome.
like
My
a
lord.
partially molding eye.
Ew.
Ew, I hate
That should
That
be
away.
on our to-do list.
We'll talk about that later. Anyways, continue. Yes.
So this man stands up, begins taking you to your different rooms. There's 3 levels to this inn. You guys all managed to get rooms on the top floor. There's 10 rooms on each floor. So you guys make your way up the 3 sets of stairs, and I believe you guys have 6 rooms.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. He shows you guys to each of the 6 rooms. Each one has kind of a wash area, 2 bedrooms, not 2 bedrooms, 2 beds in the room, and 2 chairs in the room.
And Havel just goes, I understand it's overkill, but really, like, let's just make use of it, right?
Oh, I haven't had my own room in a while. Thank you, Havel.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you, good sir.
Yes.
That'll be everything.
Perfect. These are your rooms. Downstairs in the basement, we do have a washroom. I would strongly recommend you take advantage of it. Not that you guys are unwelcome, but you are rather filthy.
Thank you. Wow.
So please take advantage of that. Dinner will be served in about 2 hours. We're having fresh cod. And feel free to enjoy any of the festivities of the night. Gambling, drinking, whatever pleases you.
But of course. Thank you again.
You're welcome. I will be downstairs.
And then Havel immediately turns around and looks at him and stops smiling and just goes, all right, how are we going to fence these dragon parts?
I was just gonna say, Tarak, how about perhaps you and I, before we get cleaned up, go maybe find a place that
Do
would
you
take
want
these.
do you want to do it legally or illegally?
I thought we've been through this legally, please.
Okay, I mean that's fair. In that case,
legal is preferred, yes.
that's okay. Yeah, you can do that. Renaya, Edward, what are you going to be doing?
Oh,
Mhm.
I'll probably set up in my room. Yeah, that's probably about it.
If you guys want to wait maybe an hour, I need to go talk to someone.
Okay, I'll be here for dinner, so.
If I don't come back in like 2 days,
I will call Lotta.
In 2 days.
call Lauda. Yeah, if I don't come back in 2 days, if worst comes to worst, something terrible happens,
Wait,
and I don't come back
hold
in
on.
like 2
I
days.
feel like we already went through this and it ended badly when we did that.
I feel like I'm just being clear. If something terrible happens and I don't
Why
come
would
back
something
in 2 days,
terrible happen? If you're going to
Because
do
this
something
is-
terrible, you should bring us with you, because
I'm
then
not
you'll
going to
stand
do
a
something
better
He's
terrible.
chance.
got a
and-
point.
What are you doing, Havel?
I am going to go talk to
Your dad?
an old associate, and potentially. No, I'm not going to talk to my dad.
Are you
please.
gonna kiss them?
No, I'm not going to kiss them.
Boo.
Do
This
you
is very
want to
important.
kiss
That
them?
no, I am not bringing you all along because you guys will get yourselves killed or
He
me
totally
killed.
wants to kiss them.
So
He really does.
okay, I'm going. If you don't see me back in 2 days, ask someone where the horde is, and they'll point you in the right direction.
All right. See you, Havel.
And Havel's going to go towards Industrial Ward, or the horde as people refer
So-
to it.
So are we gonna wait the hour, or do Kathyr?
You guys can
Track
do- you
wanna
guys can
go
do
also
whatever
do
you
the
want.
dragon stuff
I assume we do this
in the meantime.
Yeah.
Which is funny because would we also be heading towards the industrial ward?
So
Um,
kind of depends. Yes or no?
was there music downstairs?
There's a little bit, yeah.
Oh, Renai is gonna go and dance.
Havel before
Okay.
before Havel leaves, Havel goes, everyone.
Yeah.
When you're inside a tavern, it's generally pretty safe that you don't have to worry about your belongings. If you ever do decide to leave, though, and wander the streets, especially alone, keep an eye on your coin purse.
I
There are
don't
You
have
cut
know,
one.
purses
we bring you
everywhere.
with us.
There are cut purses everywhere. Okay?
Okay.
I should know. I trained probably about 10% of them. Anyways,
So,
just gonna turn
Great.
around and leave.
Renai is following behind, just going down to dance.
okay, so Renaya's gonna go dance. Edward, what are you doing?
I'll journal a bit and maybe play some tunes on my lute.
Okay. Do either of you guys go and bathe before going and mingling?
Okay,
Oh, I
he'll
should
bathe
probably
too.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go down to the cellar, and there is a bathhouse and a steamer. You guys can go do that.
Done.
Cool. Let's see. Havel or Aaron or
I
Tarak
bet
and
our thing is
Kathyr.
quicker.
You could do them first.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could do them.
Oh,
So I just-
Ryan's nervous.
You could do them. No, I'm not nervous. I just
You're Ryan's nervous. Okay. So
Dragon
Kathyr
scales,
and
dragon
Tarak,
scales.
and Melora. Where are you guys going?
We go outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we actually? Can I just stop and turn to the guy who owns the inn?
Mhm.
I'm gonna. Hey. I'm gonna pull the hood down. Just
Uh-huh.
kind of new here. Got all these dragon pots that we're trying to like sell and stuff, and I also want to do a little bit of like some crafty things. Where would we go for that?
There's a couple people you could probably go to pawn off dragon pots. I mean, there's the school. There's the Samarith, which is the arcane school here in Marincia. They would probably be very interested. There's also the Archmage, Trathani. I'm sure she would probably be very interested in whatever you have to sell. Otherwise, the only like shop that I can think of.
I like the Archmage. Archmage sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's
say.
the Bramble Arcana.
That sounds so much lamer.
an Archmage.
Yeah,
But
you
his
can-
wait, but the acronym of his name, his initials is BA, so he's got to be cool.
Bah.
Oh, excuse me.
I hate us, Lydia.
I don't know. Like Trathani is obviously very busy. I don't know what her
Well, I think that we can
schedule's going
probably
to be. But-
find out. What time is it right now? Move around.
It's probably about like
Party time.
7 o'clock.
I mean,
7
who's doing stuff at 7 o'clock, right?
You said DJ. You said Archmage Travani.
Trathani.
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 Gotcha. You know, I say we check out where would we find the Archmage?
Her tower is the tallest tower in the
That's
on the
so
Glimmering
cool.
Plaza.
Dude, Tarak with the scales and the hood is like similar to a guy holding out his like
What
coat
was-
pocket
DJ,
saying
what
like
was
you
the
want to buy a
other-
watch.
Yeah, you
What
wanna
was the
buy
other
dragon scales?
school that
What
you
you, what
mentioned?
are you buying?
There's
What are you selling?
Samareth, Samereth, Samareth Institute of the Arcane.
A whole institute. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an
They have
arcane
schools here.
institute. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. It's a magic.
So
school.
big brain.
It's a magic school.
It's got
a
a
magic
tower
school.
too.
It's got several towers.
It's got a main tower though.
No. The main tower,
Oh.
the biggest tower, is in the Glimmering Plaza. That's the Arcane.
Yeah.
Biggest tower.
That's completely separate
Yeah.
from the school.
Oh,
Yeah.
they have a separate tower in the city?
They
Wow,
will-
you have been phased out for like 5
Lots-
minutes, huh, bud?
lots of
Playing that lute real hard.
I turned to Tarak. Well, I suppose trying out the Archmage might be, I think, was a good idea. Usually, from what I hear, mages are really interested in exotic parts of
I mean, that's what we
creatures.
got.
So, yeah.
And she also might be able to like. I kind of want to see if like I could actually like use some of this stuff. Like some of it I want to keep because like I'll use it. What I want to like.
Yeah. I have
like,
I
I don't
have
know.
these displacer beast teeth.
Right,
that
right.
I've just had for the past 5 months.
I went to so much work turning that into leather off screen. We should get going. Let's head to the Archmage Tower.
Wait, Aaron, did you actually get some of the hide?
Yeah, I turned the displacer beast hide into leather. We went over this because I was like, I mean, Track knows leather, and DJ was like, "We'll roll for it," and then I succeeded.
Yeah,
Do you
he
have
has-
that?
Yeah. Well, actually, it was in your stuff, so you should have the leather.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't realize I had that. That's
I
fantastic.
love the
Yeah,
idea
get
of
it
watching
together.
you guys like walk into a tavern. You just have like this big old roll of leather off one side. You have a dragon's eyeball hanging off the other. You have your shield with like 2 scales like strapped to the back of it. You have your massive sword on the side. Lunaya comes in behind you, all decked out with these massive gauntlets and a huge old warhammer.
Yeah, and
Like, you
everyone
guys
else is
walk
just
in-
like normal people.
You guys like walk in and you look like a parade of death.
I mean, yeah.
That's what
Pretty
we
fair.
are.
That hey, team name
The parade of
Cirque
death.
de Death.
You guys are just the Black Parade.
Cirque de
The
Mort.
Death Parade.
I'm fine with our group name being the Black Plague.
The black.
So
When I was a young.
you guys, no, you can't start that, Ryan. If you start it, you never stop.
Guys.
You guys,
If you want to come with us, you can. We're about to see an Archmage. It's gonna be
No,
sick.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, if Grotz tries to dance with you, you can always say no.
Don't talk about that right here.
Just in the middle of an inn. Demon Lord of Pleasure shows up. No is an answer, all right?
All the
so
time.
you guys leave the White Top Inn, the White Top Tavern. I said inn earlier. It's a tavern, not an inn, technically.
I just think of it as White Castle.
That makes me so sad. But you guys enter into kind of the downtown area of Old Town, Old Town. As you guys begin making your way, you know that the center of the city, which is just slightly northeast of here, is the Glimmering Plaza. It's where the major businesses and government buildings are. And you can immediately recognize the tower that the innkeep was referring to. It's this massive, very wide-based cobblestone tower where the elaborate masonry goes from like very like strong and robust and square and geometric into these very like swirling, organic, well intricately carved depictions moving their way up the tower, kind of making it look like this organic spike coming out of the ground with like scales and stuff. You can almost think of it like I guess a good example or a good like visual would be like if a dragon's neck tapered off into kind of the top of that, if that's a better way of explaining it.
Gotcha.
As you guys begin heading into the Glimmering Plaza, you can see that there's several elaborate buildings throughout this whole area, this massive plaza. And really, it's like there's an inner ring of buildings, then an outer ring of buildings with this massive fountain in the middle of it. You cross the plaza and begin making your way towards the very, very tall tower. As you approach the tower, you quickly notice that there are no doors.
I knock on the wall.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my goodness.
Should I be doing this right now?
I'm gonna use my channel divinity to give myself plus $5 persuasion checks.
There you go. Good job, Aaron.
That'll be a. What is our proficiency right now? Is it +3?
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll be a 25.
Nice.
Okay. You knock on the wall. Not even very hard. Just a little, a little dot. And then you kind of take a step back, put your hands on your hips, kind of just look around, enjoying the architecture. And you do notice that, probably about 30 feet above you on there is kind of a hexagon shape.
hexagon.
Kind of it's organic. Aaron, I love you. But on each of the sides, there is like a little balcony every 30 feet going up. You knock. About 5 minutes later, this slender, kind of bronze-scaled dragonborn, female dragonborn woman, covered in blue robes with gold filigree on them, kind of pops her head over the rail of one of the balconies. Can I help you?
Are you the Archmage?
Yes, I am Trathani. What do you
Uh,
want?
We have a whole bunch of dragon parts that we're looking to get rid of for like some form. It's money, right? Like that's what we want.
Yes.
So some form of money.
We're looking,
You say you
we're
have
looking to
dragon
trade.
parts.
Yes.
Like I hold up so many dragon parts.
How fresh are
Yes.
they?
Well, then it's been like what,
I mean, the
6 weeks?
scales don't really age, but about 6 weeks.
Okay. Okay, I suppose I can get.
I mean, to be
Alright.
fair, I'm sure like the claws and the teeth and stuff and the scales, yeah, they don't like they age really well, you know.
I mean, the blood is the
Well-
consistency of Jello right now.
yes, yes,
But-
exactly. That's exactly right. The
All right,
blood is Jello.
Okay, give me 1 sec. She then
1,000.
disappears.
I did the thing that sometimes people do.
After a couple
Figure, like,
minutes,
a second.
kind of right
they
in front
count
of you,
for a
kind of in
second.
a little grotto within the base of the tower. The ground kind of turns like this dust or sand and erodes away into the staircase that leads beneath the tower.
That's
I-
odd.
That's pretty cool.
That's just
I told you, Archmage is pretty rad. I'm gonna go downstairs.
yeah,
Okay.
we descend the staircase.
As you descend the staircase, out of nowhere, sand from above you begins falling and filling the space of the stairs. Before you watch as it like solidifies behind you into solid cobblestone once again.
Okay, that's a little less neat. I'm not sure about this anymore.
You guys walk into a well-lit tunnel that leads to this massive opening, a massive hall in the center of it, kind of this rounded, open-esque area with a staircase that winds up all the way up the tower. You can say it's probably 1,000 steps.
Wow, that's a lot of steps. Probably around 1,000.
There are branches that go off of each of the staircase at several different points, leading to different rooms and levels, all well lit with these floating lanterns that float throughout the tower. Trithani is making her way down the staircase. You watch her; she just kind of like patters her way down, just very quickly moving about. Before eventually she stops for a second. I'll be with you in a moment.
Oh, take your time. Don't strain yourself.
How old is this woman?
You can't tell; she's a dragonborn.
I mean, you know,
Have you ever met a dragonborn before? The answer is no.
that's actually a very fair point. I
Yeah.
Track
Aside
would
from
not
Leshka,
have. I
Aside
mean,
from Leshka.
I don't know how
Leshka-
old Leshka was.
Fair.
Exactly. She makes her way down, rounds the last corner. Okay. Whew. Give me a second.
No, you got it. Deep breaths.
Okay. All right. What did you have?
Lots.
Just so much
Uh,
stuff.
She snaps, and a table appears.
Do you want to start, Kathyr?
Sure. Yes, I can start us off.
Okay. I'm Trithani, by the way.
Trithani.
Oh, hello. Yes, introductions.
Kathyr Ebenthar, and this is Tarak.
Hello, I'm Tarak.
What did you say your last name was?
Him?
Ebenthar.
You're a moon elf. Are you perhaps related to Volna?
Yeah, she's my sister.
Tell me
You know
she's
that she's
entering.
here?
Yes.
What?
What? Sister.
She.
Sorry.
It, as an
We gonna meet
ambassador-
Kathyr's hot sister?
This is when we find out that his sister's like the elvish equivalent of 12.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, she was. I mean, I don't know if she's still here, but she was here a couple days ago to talk to.
Do you
Jean-Yves.
know? Do you know where she was staying?
I do not know.
Please tell me
What?
she's dancing with Renaya. Please tell me she's dancing with Renaya.
She's just busting a move right
Probably
now.
smooching with Havel.
Okay, so
How
okay,
funny would
Volna
that be? Kathyr
and-
comes back to just see how.
No.
I'll hook up with your sister.
yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
would
I
be
had,
worse
I had
days.
reservations about Edward's
I
mom,
go.
but your sister,
did not.
Kathyr? Oh, please.
To be fair, it'd be worse if it was Edward.
So,
Well, see, the thing is, Volna is the same age as Kathyr.
Oh my god, she's your
Even
twin?
better.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
We're
that
gonna
means
be
she
your
has to be
twin
hot.
She's hot.
Her
Rue,
tracks
hear me out.
must be
Please tell me she's
incredible.
dancing with
It's
Renaya.
fate.
Please.
It's fate, Drew.
Oh.
like you're
Oh,
familiar.
she's
You've
so
reminded me of
jacked.
somebody. I like you.
Kathyr,
Something about your obliques
What
is
happened
just,
to
you
you?
know.
God, she just has chiseled abs.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Okay. Right. Okay. That aside, oh my, why is she here? Why is she?
Do you want to go
She's-
like run through the city in search of things? Because
I
I
mean,
can deal with stuff here if that's what
I
you
mean-
need.
She's an ambassador from Rival Luna. Why you don't know that?
Your sister's an ambassador.
Well, I knew that, but
That's so rad.
our family is somewhat politically involved. I just didn't expect her to be here at the same time.
Politics are so cool.
Oh, this is
I
awkward.
think it has- Do you guys know about Athala?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we do. There
Oh,
was-
do we?
Yes, we
was
do know
it-
about Athala.
Wait, what
There
happened
was-
to Athala?
That's
You're
a
not
fair
here.
point.
Yeah.
There was a war council that was brought about, debating
Oh.
on different reactions to Athala. Rival Luna sent Luna to kind of represent Moon Elf's take on it.
Oh, that's
And are they
Makes-
like meeting here?
Hey,
The
Kathyr,
meeting was a few days ago.
We
would you,
missed
how awkward is that conversation going to be? It's like, hey, so I'm the one that killed Pravi.
right. Yeah, she's like, oh my goodness, Kathyr, what
She's
are you
like,
doing there? It's
oh,
like,
we'll
God,
cross
whoever
that bridge.
started this
You
whole
know,
problem just should be
I
drawn
murdered the
and quartered.
warmonger that started this.
right. Anyway, let's right the dragon parts.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
did you not know? I'm sorry, did I say something I shouldn't have?
No,
I'm
No, you're
sorry.
doing
I made
great.
it awkward.
I'm
I'm
just-
so sorry. I'm a terrible host.
no,
No,
you're fine.
you're pretty awesome,
just-
honestly.
I'm just surprised because
okay.
I haven't. You see, I haven't seen my sister in like almost 8 months now.
Oh, that
So-
sucks.
That's actually fantastic news.
Well, there you go.
Right.
She makes little sparks and fireworks appear from her hands.
I
love her.
So first of all, from my back, I pull around, and I pull out 2 teeth. I pull out 2 scales.
Dragon scales, dragon
Mm.
scales.
I also pull out
It's a song at the club.
I pull out the hide, the quote unquote 2 cloaks worth of hide that we have,
Okay.
and
Drew, roll odd or even.
odd or even.
I definitely did not get
Odd.
enough time to turn those hide.
Odd. Okay, so those are not treated hides. Okay.
So they're a little rough. Maybe not all good.
And then also I pull out another bag and just dump out just a bunch of teeth from a displacer beast.
Okay. Okay.
Higher
These
job,
aren't dragon
contents of the
teeth.
job.
These are from a displacer beast that we killed like a really long time ago.
I do think Melora has a dragon tooth on her, though.
Melora did have a dragon
Yes,
tooth.
she
'cause
did
You
have
guys were like, I want 2 dragon's teeth
Yes.
and 2 scales
Okay,
and 2 of this.
don't rope me into
Let's
this.
not relive this. Let's.
Yes.
Melora has a
so
dragon's
yeah,
teeth.
the 2
Okay.
teeth that I laid down was 1 from me and 1 from Melora.
Okay. So you all right? And you have. She looks at you, Track.
Honestly, I'm not really looking to sell a whole lot, but do you know how to like move enchantments to anything or like enchant stuff? Do enchanty things?
Moving enchantments from one object to another is basically worthless, as you basically have to go through the whole process over again. So
Well,
usually
yeah, but-
it's just
So I have this shield, right?
okay.
Or I also have dragon scale.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if like the dragon scale is that possible to be made into like a magic shield?
No, what I was saying is that transitioning one enchantment to another item is basically useless because it's almost as easy to just enchant the other item itself and have 2 enchanted items. And it costs about the same.
Yeah, but would the enchantment on this one be the same as the enchantment on this one?
Yes.
Because like this is like a scale, so I didn't know if it would be like it's like the enchantment is like, oh, this is acidy, so it's like acid is less good, but this one is like, I just defend you better. So I didn't know if you could like smush the 2 together and make one that like helps against
spells
acid.
and the enchantments. If you want,
Mhm.
we can talk about enchanting the specific like dragon scale. It would need to be fashioned into a shield first. But we could
I might be
talk
able
about
to
like
do
what
that.
enchantments you're looking for on that shield specifically. If you just want it to be slightly better at defending you, then that is pretty simple. And would
Could
only
I?
take me about a
Is
day.
there an enchantment that makes it better at defending other people if I have it?
What-
Ooh! Is there a shield that like suctions attacks towards me? Like the one that like catches arrows.
Interesting.
You know, I almost track this. I don't think this is possible, but myself and I think maybe even you are capable of casting the spell known as Shield of Faith. Maybe if there's a way to enchant a shield to be able to cast that spell, that's similar to what you're asking for.
No, because that's still like I could kind of protect other people, but I don't want it to be like a. Because then I have to think about it, really hard, and then my brain hurt.
I do not know of any way
Rather
to
not.
have a shield attract attacks. I would have to think on that
Can
one,
it-
and it would require a bit of experimentation, quite some time. But I could work on it if you're interested.
Yeah. Well, like I really don't care if I have a shield that like defends me better, but like it would be great to have a shield that like defends other people better.
You could give the shield to the other people.
But they can't. They aren't. I don't think you understand. A lot of the people that I travel with have very little arms.
Interesting.
Like one of them, his name is Edward. Like his fingers are the size of toothpicks.
I
and
can vouch.
it's real good for like lutaline, but like not real good for like big beefy shielding.
I remember when I was a young mage and I would go looting all the time. Quite fun.
You're a lieutenant?
What? You would do what with what?
Edward,
Let's
the
see,
professional
um,
Oh,
loot.
and I pull out the displacer beast hide. Is it? Could you turn this into a cool cloak? That's like magic and stuff.
All the items need to be prepared before they can be enchanted.
Ah.
So you have to take any item that you want to be put into a shield or made into a cloak or anything like that to a tailor or a swordsmith or whomever to make sure
Ah.
that they're actually prepared, because then I can enchant it.
So
Like
you're-
if I
what
just
you're
enchant the hide and then they cut off the arcane symbols, then it doesn't do anything.
Oh, that makes
the,
sense.
the hide needs to be a cloak first.
Exactly. Same thing with the scale.
Okay. Well, I only need one scale, but
Okay.
if you're going to enchant it, can I use the other scale for payment?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer. I
let's
gave
see,
all my money to a
dragon
circus master
scales.
for the
Okay.
2 slaves.
You're a slaver.
No, I killed them.
You
They-
killed the slaves,
They were orcs.
but he's an orc.
Yeah.
It's a long
It's
story.
pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. Gonna have a lot of internalizing to do with that one.
Are you
But
okay?
what
Do you
me?
want to talk about it?
I mean, I'm not the one who died.
But I mean, that honestly could be worse.
I mean,
You have to live with your mistakes then.
to be fair, out of the amount of terrible things that have happened to me in the past in the past 13 years, this is like small potatoes.
Do you want to talk about the big potatoes?
Are you offering?
I mean,
Do you provide a counseling service? Is this like a side job?
I'm honestly like not that busy right now, and a lot of people are really intimidated by my tower, so they don't
Are
knock.
you? I'm not gonna lie. I hate this, like not this place, but like this city, and I'm just
Hate
not a big fan of.
Florencia?
It's terrible,
How can you
and
hate
I'm just
Florencia?
not a fan of inns in general. Could I just
Okay.
stay here?
Sure, I guess.
This is a great Kathyr. This is the coolest person I've ever met. A real wizard.
Right. So about the body parts.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
no, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. So you have a tooth, a couple of scales. You have
Teeth.
2 teeth, a couple of scales, some displacer teeth, hide that needs to be taken care of.
Mhm.
There's the eyeball. Do you have anything else?
I'm pretty sure that's all
Well,
of our parts.
this isn't related to dragon parts, but I pull out the sword of vengeance that we found that we wanted to sell. We found this in the horde after we killed the dragon. And none of us want it. None of our party want it.
I don't know. It is kind of interesting. Looks pretty neat.
So we were. I mean, do you want it, Tarak? I thought
mean-
we all agreed that we were going to sell it.
If we don't sell it, don't feel bad about it because I think it's pretty cool. I can like wear it and look all cool.
Would you?
Yeah, I don't want that. No.
No. Okay. I just put
you know, magic swords, they're whatever. They're kind of archaic, you know.
That's a good word.
Thanks. Okay. This
Also,
stuff.
I do pull out the vial of blood that is probably like just like Jello at this point. Do you? I just hold it up. Do you want this at all?
It is
That
dragon
I'm more
blood.
interested in. The teeth and the scales, they're small potatoes, as we said earlier.
Ooh,
but
potatoes.
Blood. It's a little old. It's a little
I said it.
congealed.
I hand it to her.
Do you have any other internal parts?
Oh, we
yeah.
got a dragon sack.
Yeah, we pull up. I
Ah.
hold up the bag that we have in it. We have a fire sack.
Red ooze just like seeps from the
Yeah.
sack
Choss
that's
is
soaked
just
through it.
falling
It's
off.
so
we have-
chossy, bro.
We
You
have
guys are clearly not climbers.
we have a red. This is the fire sack from the dragon we killed.
It was a black
It
dragon.
was a
Tarak
black
climbed
dragon.
in and
Yes,
got it.
obviously.
I just set it down.
That's gross.
It is.
Okay. That I'm far more interested in. 30 gold pieces.
For the sack.
For the sack.
For the sack. I don't know. We did almost die for it. How about
I don't know. I thought it was pretty easy.
Track? You fell from the sky.
I mean, that happens like every Thursday.
What's a Thursday?
That's a
about-
great question.
How about 50 gold?
50 gold and the vial.
Is this called Haval?
80 gold total for both the sack and the blood. And
70 gold.
75.
72.
Deal.
Deal. She shakes your hand.
Oh, we probably got scammed again, but it's okay.
Probably. This seems like a nice enough person. I don't know, DJ, can I make an insight check? Did I get scammed?
Sure, go ahead, make an insight check.
I have no idea what money means, but if I am making an insight check, which I totally would be,
Insight. 8.
that'll be a 19 from your boy.
So, Kathyr, as you're haggling, you're like, cool, great. 75 gold pieces for two
Me
things
too.
that were honestly just ruining my clothes. Not bad. Tarak, you're haggling, and you're just kind of thinking about like your medicine.
What would Havel do in a Haveling situation?
Yeah, exactly. You're thinking about like what would Havel do. You're thinking about like, you know, money is a relatively foreign concept, but you do understand the concept of trading work for items and services and stuff like that. You're kind of thinking about it, and you're like, you know, it was pretty easy to kill that dragon, but at the same time, like, it is a dragon. We did have to spend like 30 minutes cutting out the thing. I don't know. Based off of what I've seen, like 75 gold pieces is relatively cheap. You know, it's not even a diamond, you know?
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of like,
Then
you know,
again,
I don't
she
really
is
know if
letting me
this-
stay in her house.
All right, cool.
Um,
Honestly, I don't care all that much. So
Yeah, to be fair, sure, maybe we got a little bit lowballed on that one, but at the same time, she's also offering to be a counselor and an inn at the same time. So I think that's pretty fair.
You got a point.
All right, and the teeth and scales.
There's one place.
You don't.
There's a junk. They mean nothing to me.
Do you know where we could sell these?
Brambo's Arcana might be interested in them.
Hmm.
You know, or the school. The school's always interested in stuff like that. They like to experiment on it.
All right, Kathyr.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hang out here with my new friend. If you wanna, like, sell some stuff to some people.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Tarak, we'll see you when we get a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Could you also keep an eye out for like a tailor who can do the like magic
Maybe a
cloaky
bit.
stuff, and like a smith who can do the like shield stuff?
yes, I can do both of those things.
Perfect. I'm gonna hang out with. I already forgot her name.
You
Uh,
left.
well, it's
Well, the DM is gone, so
I'm sorry. What was that?
Trethoni. TH.
2:30.
TH.
That's time to go to the dentist.
No, RA. No. Wait, no. Erase all that. It's
I
just-
hadn't even gotten a pencil out.
Okay, TRA. THONY.
The Archmage 2:30.
It's
The Archmage, Trafalgar Law.
It's Trathani.
Ah, my bad.
Trathani.
Trethoni.
Ani.
Trethoni, you know.
You just
Yeah,
said
no.
the same thing.
Well, yeah, but that's my point. You could spell it different, but
I've heard
you
it
still
both
say the
ways.
same. Anyway,
But yeah, if you could do that,
Common name.
that would be a huge help. I'm gonna hang out here and talk to my new friend Trethoni.
right,
It was a great time. Hit me up tomorrow.
right.
Yeah.
I'll come swing by. Somebody will come by when we're gonna do something.
Awesome. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but I'm sure it'll be a blast.
Like day
If I explode, I'm going to be very upset because I just made a great pun and it wasn't intentional.
So,
But you
Kathy,
can go
leave.
now. Yeah. Gonna hang out.
So, Kathy, you leave. As soon as you leave, Trathani looks at you, Tarak, and says, "Well, now that he's gone, I can get to skilling you." I'm just
I'm fine with this.
kidding.
For the sake of science.
So, Kathy, you leave. What are you doing, Kathy?
I am going to make my way around this business district, as it were,
The Hark Ward?
and see if I can't find either a tailor and or a smith.
You find both of them.
Cool.
For the sake of expediency, we're gonna say that how many of the scales do you want to turn into shields?
I just want one scale's shield
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
then
say,
the displacer cloak.
so I figure if we could get so one shield and then one cloak from the displacer, and then honestly we have 2 cloaks worth of hide from the dragon, so we
We'll
might
see how
as
good
well-
that is.
So if it's all possible, I wouldn't mind making something of that too, you know.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily have to be
So-
a cloak, I guess, but
Yeah, it's 3 gold for the shield.
'Kay.
It's 3 gold for the displacer beast hide to be turned
'Kay.
into a cloak, and then it will be 10 gold per cloak of the dragon hide.
Does it
Since
need
that
to
one
be
has
fixed
not
up?
been, it needs to be
Okay,
fixed and
so-
tanned and
so
and scraped and all that.
26 total.
Yes.
Done.
Maybe
and
we can
done.
turn them into like either gloves
I was
or
gonna
like
say
a
like gloves,
like
or
a
boots,
pair of
maybe.
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some cowboy boots made out of dragon leather.
Yeah, but they need to be actually
You
like.
could make some elbow
dragon
patches.
scale
That would be really
boots.
cool.
Yeah.
So what do
Dragon
you
skin
guys
elbow
want then?
patches.
What?
What do you guys want then? Because if you want that, then
a
that's
pair of boots
different
would be
price.
great, I think.
A belt of dragon strength.
A belt of dragons. Pair of boots, I think, would be good, and I mean, could I, if I made it into a belt, could that theoretically be enchanted into something?
Pair of chaps.
Oh my gosh, dragon chaps would be
Wait,
It's either so cool or so gross.
What is
You
this,
could
Maybe a
make a
bit
dragon
Monster
skin.
chafy.
Yeah.
You could make a
It's like
dragon skin
it's Monster
lifting
Hunter armor.
belt.
Yeah, just
Lifting
like
belt?
red. 100%.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Even if we can't enchant it, I'll do a pair of boots and a belt.
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah,
we'll say
WWE
30 gold
size
pieces.
comical.
Spurs.
Okay, so 30. So instead of the 20 gold, it's 30 gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're getting
You have to take it to a
boots and
shoemaker. You have to have it tanned and,
Yeah,
and taken care of, and then it has to be taken over to a shoemaker who has to make it.
Yeah.
Also, this is going to take 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
We can come back for those.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We got
I mean, we're
time.
gonna be off sailing for who
It's
knows how long.
boots and a belt. It's like
The
To be fair, it's
boots are
got to
gonna
be
take a long time.
tanned.
It's got to be
He's-
tanned. That's going
he's
to
got
take
a lot of
week and
orders.
That's
itself.
probably
bro.
the most of the time is turning them
Also-
into like functional things.
I did discover I actually do also have some platinum, which is great because that means
Cool.
I have more money than I thought I did.
Also,
Good
will
job.
the shield take as much time as the boots and belt?
Shield will take a day.
Okay, deal.
So shield.
Shield a day, boots and belt 4 weeks.
Well, here's the thing with the shield. They don't really have to do a whole lot to it. They basically just have to make whatever it's going to strap to your arm with.
Yeah,
Just kind of maybe shave a couple edges here and there.
Yeah.
Okay, so boots and belts for
Yes,
that.
write this down because I will forget.
This is so
And
riveting.
then, one
And if you carry
shield,
3.
from scale.
this entire time Renaya's still been dancing.
I think one of my favorite things that has consistently gone on in this campaign is Tarak just finding these random NPCs that he just hangs out
They're
with.
like,
Like,
do
give
you,
him therapy.
do you need some help? Are you okay? And I'm like, I mean, I feel pretty all right.
Oh, also displays your cloak. That's right.
So, I'm gonna fully restat
Okay.
myself.
While you
Yeah.
do that, Drew,
Yeah.
Havel,
Oh boy.
what you doing there, bud?
Okay. One, I'm going to the Horde.
Okay.
I'm going to that area of town.
Yep.
I'm going to pass through an alleyway, but I'm going to aim for like an empty alleyway,
Okay.
kind of nearing my target location, and my target location is going to be a ledger-owned bank that I know I can buy favors from.
Okay.
Because I need like some like a fake identity and like some I need some white collar stuff made for me.
Okay. Okay. You know that there is the Bright Horizon banking group
Okay.
that is owned by the Ledger and would be able to do all this.
Okay, cool. I passed through a God, this could either go really well. Okay, I was ahead of the Ledger. Do I know if they have any anti-magic items or anything? If I were to like disguise myself using magic, would I know if they'd see through that?
Yeah.
Do they have
No, you know that they
anti-
do, and they would be able to see through it.
Okay, great. In that case, we're not going to do the thing I was gonna do. And we're just gonna like, you know, really just balls to the walls go for this, you know? Other thing. Are there any wanted posters nearby?
Yeah.
I check the wanted listings.
Okay. You see a couple random thugs. You see a bounty hunter who's gotten off the wrong foot. You see there's also like signs for like help wanted, you know, businesses that are like looking to hire. You don't see you on it.
Cool. Human me is no longer being searched for. Or they assume I am dead.
Even if you were being searched for, they're not going to put you on a wanted board.
I don't know.
This is the Ledger. They're not going to do that.
Um,
They're way more tactful than that.
You know, in that case, we're not gonna act secretive about it. I'm just gonna act pretty like haughty and
Yeah,
havalistic.
Havalistic. Nice.
I go to the bank.
Okay. You go to this very well-built, fine establishment, making your way in, marble floors with dark texture throughout it, and you can see that there's about 6 desks, 1 or 3 on either side, each with a teller hanging out at the desk, going through different papers, all dressed very finely in different robes, and just fine clothing. They're all human, all male, all
Great.
well shaved, cleaned.
Before anyone tries to call me out on this, I talked to Hannah momentarily, and I did get the coin off of her. So we're just for continuity's sake, Melora gave me the coin at one point without much of a struggle. There was a bit of a struggle, but not much of a struggle.
Cool.
Cool. I'm going to approach the nearest teller that's available.
His name is Howard.
Howard.
Good old Howard. You approach Howard. He looks up. He has little glasses on his nose, which he straightens up. You can tell that he's probably in his late 20s, probably like 27, 28. Still relatively flawless skin, little scruff around his face. He looks tired, like he's been working long hours at the bank. He's got his jacket kind of thrown over the chair. Sleeves are rolled up. Writing some things down. How may I help you?
I sit down and I go, my dear sir, I do believe that I personally need to inquire about finer investments. And as I say that, Havel is going to palm the coin in his hand.
Okay.
And I'm just like hold his hand to shake.
Yeah,
Hand it to him.
he takes it, slides a little tray over that the coin perfectly fits into, rests it in front of us. What services do you require, Master?
I need to get into the maximum security prison right off Maurincia. I more specifically
you wish
need
to enter the
access.
Lost Baron.
Yes. I need to access the prison, and I need to talk to someone to help there. I need the paperwork's required to allow such an endeavor.
Just so we're clear, we're not looking to free someone, just simply talk to them.
No, I assume that anything necessary to free them would be unfounded and dangerous. So
True. At least to the point that would require more than this.
yes,
Kind of rests
yes.
on the coin.
how much, just for the sake of quotation, what pricing would you guesstimate freeing someone?
From the Lost Baron? I would have to talk to my manager, but I don't know. Probably 3 coins.
As a hefty price, fair, but a hefty price.
Like I said, I would have to speak with my manager. The Lost Baron is a rather difficult place to infiltrate. Even your requests that you have is going to be somewhat difficult to provide. But the bank always provides what it can. All right, some details. Who are you looking to see and speak with?
The name that I'm particularly, I particularly know this person as is Namira.
Namira. Surname?
If every person I worked with in this line of work gave me their surname, I feel like we'd be in a different line of work.
Relatively fair. Very, very fair. Do you know anything about why she was imprisoned?
He's going to kind of like lean in and kind of in hushed tones and go,
She was a part of the job that the higher-ups failed against the Archmage months back.
I see. All right. Okay, what's your job?
Yes.
And when would you like to see her?
As soon as possible. I'm not going to be in town for much longer, so the quicker the better. I can give you a couple days if necessary, but
It should take no more than a day to acquire all the paperwork. I will send this job over to my boss, and we will make all the arrangements.
wonderful. Do you want me to come back at a given time?
Yes.
To
Return
back
at dawn
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay. Wonderful.
He then takes the coin, simply slides it across the desk to a similar shaped hole in the corner of his desk. And so he slides it over, and the coin falls into the hole before sliding his tray back to the other side. Is there anything else I can help you with, young master?
No, not your division. Not from your division. Thank you.
Lovely. Well, then we will see you tomorrow at dawn.
Tomorrow at dawn it is.
One last thing. Your name, sir?
Oh. Evelyn Taradell.
Evelyn Taradell. All right, Evelyn. We will see you tomorrow at dawn.
Tomorrow at dawn. And Havel's going to walk out of the bank.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna make his way to an alleyway.
Okay.
And then immediately break character and just God. Oh man, I could feel everyone's eyes staring at me. Okay. And wait, before he did that, is there anyone in this alleyway? He's more no.
There's nobody in the alleyway. You do roll a perception check.
So yeah, that's all. Where's my perception at? Oh, it's terrible. Let's go. I don't see anything. That's a 3.
Yes. We don't see anybody in this alleyway. You do know that being relatively close to anything owned by the Ledger is always going to have eyes on it in some sort of way. But you currently don't see anything or hear anyone.
Okay. Yeah, just go. I'm going to now leave, and yeah, we'll just go back to the inn. No
Okay.
questions asked. We'll go back to the inn.
I'd say about this time, Kathyr and Melora, you guys will be finishing up with your stuff. So you guys all arrive at the same time, aside from Tarak.
Okay.
We see Renaya still dancing.
You arrive to Renaya, who's clean, along with Edward. Renaya is dancing. Edward is sitting at the table playing chess with someone, I'm assuming.
Graham, we
muted.
can't hear you.
Muted.
I was typing.
Hello?
Edward's actually going to head out prior to this.
Okay, what would you like to do, Edward?
So I want to go to the nearest postal, however that's handled, postal place.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's easy to find.
Yeah.
I suppose I'd just probably walk in. I'm not trying to be secretive or anything like that.
Good.
And I go up to the counter. Is there somebody there? I'm
Yeah,
assuming?
you see sitting on a very tall stool, a older gnomish man, kind of weathered and wrinkled, long, stringy white beard, sitting behind the desk, currently stamping one letter, moving it aside, wetting his stamp, stamping the next one.
Excuse me.
Ah,
I
Miss
would like
Sunny.
to send a letter, please.
all right, hand it over.
Okay. And then he kind of starts, but then he pulls it back and he's like, I need to make sure this gets to Athala. Is that possible?
No, it's not possible. Athala is sanctioned
Athala?
off. It's under siege. No, there's no letters going in and out of Athala.
Then send it. Where was Lada staying again?
Katin?
Is she
been
still
on
there?
She's been
Didn't she move?
Yeah,
at
but
the
she's probably-
island.
she's probably not there.
And
yet.
she went with
she went
the one guy.
because she left
Flash
with
card?
Reverend Luthel.
Revoluthel.
Yeah.
And where was he going?
He went to
Back to the
La
nation
Stella.
of the Horn Elves, yeah. La
Yeah.
Stella.
So then he says, okay. Then send it for Lada, who is accompanied by the leader Revoluthel and La something that you said.
La Stella.
La Stella. I'm assuming he whips up an envelope and writes that on the front and then cases what he has in there. And he also leaves a little note with the letter that says, find Charles, servant of Sir Newgate Fellows, Aldernite Distribution Company, Athala. And just... So he hands it over and he says, do you think that would be possible? Getting it to
Yes, you can go to La Stella just fine.
La Stella. Yes, that would be perfect. Great. Whew, I hope they find him. How much will this cost me?
6 silver.
Oh, no problem. Edward actually just pulls out a gold.
All right.
And he'll go ahead. I gotta change that. And he goes ahead and
gives you 4 silver back.
Oh, okay, sure thing. And Edward says, "Please, this letter is important to me. Send it out as soon as you can."
All right. Stamps it, tosses it into a basket.
Okay. And Edward walks out. Now, I would love to share what the letter says. Can I do that, please?
Sure.
Yay! I love this stuff. The letter says, "For Charles, servant of Sir Newgate Fellows, Aldernite Distribution Company, Athala. From Timothy, an old friend," which was our, alias.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. "I hope you receive this well and hopeful. In fact, I hope you receive this at all. I have a feeling you might not get the chance. My father has been given to the hand of Maximus." Was that his name? Nice.
That's his Oracle.
Maximus. I am working with him to bring... Gosh.
Maxius. Not Maximus.
Maxius. All right.
Yes.
My father has been given to the hand of Maxius. I am working with him to bring him intel of supposed troops that Prasius was bringing up from Laconia. That's right?
Not last. Yes, actually, yes.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm so good at this game. I've spoken to the leader of the Scholar's Guide about your recommendation. I have been accepted this far, but now must travel across the globe to the head of the society, the church. I hope to see you again soon. Please be alive. Your dear friend, Timothy." And that's the letter. And after sending that, he'll just head back to the inn. No other plans.
Perfect. At this time, you happen to notice a kind of a very tall hood walking in front of you. One that you quickly recognize to be Havel.
Oh, Havel.
Oh. Hi. Don't.
I just finished up my stuff. Are you back to
Great.
the inn?
Edward,
Oh, yes.
do me one solid favor.
Hmm.
And he's going to lean in very close.
Oh.
Don't acclaim my actual name out in the streets.
Oh, because of the
'Cause
what'd you
people
call it? The
will be
ledger?
I will punch you.
Oh, sorry. All right. So what should I do then?
Just
What do you want to be
don't
called?
use my
Rick? How about
name.
Rick? Huh?
Just don't use
You seem like a
my
Rick to
name.
me.
Just don't use my name.
All right, buddy. Slaps him on the arm. Says, "Let's get back to the inn." And he starts walking.
Great. Havel's actually gonna step away from Edward.
roll a spell
Where'd he
check.
go?
Roll a spell check.
Buddy.
Roll a perception check, Grant.
Oh, yay! I get to roll. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That was a decent roll. You said perception, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a 13.
Okay.
that is a. That is a 15, actually.
Nice.
Dang.
Managed to slip away.
I rolled.
Edward
really
doesn't
well.
know.
That was really
He's still
scary, not
talking.
gonna
He's
lie.
like talking
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
Havel. He thinks he's there. Keeps walking.
I'm gonna go to a nearby fountain.
Okay.
As I'm actual fountain. Yeah.
You go to
I
a nearby
mean,
fountain.
yeah. I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn into a half elf. He's about 5'7". Has silver hair and gold eyes with olive skin. He's wearing a blue scarf, royal purple pants, and a white button-down shirt. He has
Okay.
and I am going to waltz into the whatever inn you decide it is.
The Ledger Inn.
Yeah, that's what I
So
meant
that's
by
the
that's what I meant by a fountain.
the Sea's Whisper.
Great. I waltz into the Sea's Whisper.
You step in. It's slightly dimmer, a little bit more gloomy. There are probably about 12 people or so in here. Some of them are sharing drinks. Some of them are sitting by themselves. There's a couple of them off in the corner that you can't really quite tell what they're doing. And there is one person sitting at a desk writing several things down into a book. A tall, slender, very almost malnourished high elf sitting there, piercings all along his ears, slick, stringy black hair coming back behind him.
I'm going to so the person that I'm mimicking, DJ, because there's a lot of people in my backstory that I don't expect you to remember, is the bard from early on. It is Urus Nadra, who was just as criminally involved as I was, as only I can assume, as he taught Haval many things, like how to forge like documents and things, and string a lute, but you know, so he I waltz in and I sit down at the bar.
Okay.
And I just go, sir,
How may I help you?
well, and just I'm gonna look around. I was simply wondering and inquiring if by any chance you have word of any jobs. I prefer if it was rolling with 6, or perhaps, you know, our fellow dice.
That is a relatively large group.
It can be any of them. I'm a rather flexible workman.
And what skills do you possess?
Infiltration, espionage. I've killed a few people. I mean, really, I'm also quite a good handsman, I suppose. I have nimble fingers. So
I do know of a job. It requires consideration from the table, but they are looking for someone to infiltrate the churches. We fear.
oh,
that...
no.
Excuse me?
Which church in particular were they thinking?
The 7 churches. The group of
Oh.
pirates masquerading around Lasania.
I see.
We fear that they might be gaining enough power to counteract campaigns brought about in Lasania.
And you're needing someone of
Simply
assume.
intel, infiltration, undercover work.
How many days?
The better question is how many months.
I suppose that's
This
fair.
is a long-term job that will require consideration from the table.
I'm gonna put down a gold piece and go, give me something to wash everything down. Please, wine, preferably.
He stands, goes around a corner, comes back with 3 different bottles. Aged, well-aged, and the finest. Which would you prefer?
Give me something middle ground, sweet.
He takes a bottle, pours you a glass, slides it across the counter to you. Puts the other two away.
Down it like one
Okay.
go. Don't even like taste it. Just down it. And go. Right. Well, depending on how certain prospects pan out for me here soon, I might not be able to justifiably remain incognito for months or the allotted time required of this job. So I will put consideration into it.
Would you like me to inquire on your behalf as to if you are qualified? This is something that the table has taken into heavy consideration. Noawala is a significant threat, and his churches pose an immense danger.
Let him know that Urus Nadra would like to look into it, potentially.
He writes some things down. Interesting. You said Urs Nadra.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir? Mr. Nadra.
No, I think that'll be everything, sir.
And
Fantastic.
going to stand up, and I can assume I'm going to make an insight as soon as I say Urus Nadra. What energy am I getting? What vibe check, dog?
Roll your insight check.
Bad vibes.
Oh, it's fine.
It's Haval.
Oh, that doesn't mean anything. In fact, you should be more worried. 15.
You see, he looks slightly confused,
Mm.
but he quickly covers it and
Yeah,
moves
yeah,
on.
yeah. He tries his best. Okay, I leave.
Perfect.
And I'm going to take a scan around. Is anyone following me or giving me strange looks or attention?
Roll a perception check.
Oh, come on. Big money, no whammies, please.
Just Edward.
Her sister, Kathryn's sister, is there.
Yeah, some hot moon elf. Just
That's not
shredded
Kathyr. Yeah,
abs.
If
13.
Well, if Volma was there, I'd be very
You
surprised.
currently don't
and
see
worried.
anybody following you.
Don't see
She's
anyone.
part of
I'm
the
going
wonder,
to try
you
to.
never know.
I'm gonna try to disappear into a crowd.
I really
Okay,
hope she
perfect.
isn't.
That is like
You
triceps.
kind of.
that's like a 28 stealth.
Okay, perfect.
And then I'm going and I'm going to drop disguise as soon as I like.
Okay,
Like
perfect.
100 feet away.
Yeah. Like, well, I get lost. I'm going to like notably get lost in a crowd, or like
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
lose any prying eyes in a crowd, and then drop it as soon as I feel like I'm out of visual.
Okay.
And then I'm going. I'm going to make my way back to the inn. While Havel's walking, though, he's going to start pondering as far as what did Urus do, and or
Now,
how high
He's the head
in
of
the ladder did he
now.
climb? If he is, I mean, he could be the head of the fountains, or he could be like the head of our espionage and
Who knows?
hospitality. So
Stay tuned.
Yes,
Find
Renard.
out.
Please tell me something fun has happened in the past 2 hours that Renai's just been dancing.
He's just tired.
I mean,
You're
eventually
by yourself at
Kathyr
this
and,
point.
and Valor came back.
And
I've been
Edward.
going a long time, man.
At one point, there was a mosh pit that broke out. Like umreka mosh pit type that stuff.
Did she go level 4? That's a callback. That's a deep dive.
That'd be
That
bad.
is- that is.
That'd be
level-
real bad.
That's
That's not
episode
really-
20. Deep
That's
dive.
not really possible anymore.
Oh, it's
What
possible.
is your thought process on something fun?
Okay, cool. She's just dancing for 2 hours. Peace out.
I mean, she doesn't have to dance for 2 hours.
No.
DM, be the
Edward
be the
dances
world
with her for
DM.
5 minutes and then gets
Do
bored and
worldly
leaves. How about
things.
that?
Have someone hit on her.
That's fine.
Eee.
Edward came and danced with her for 5 minutes. It's cool. Let's
Yeah.
move on.
And then he
Great.
tried to get some
Next
fine
day.
wine. They didn't have any. He went to his room.
Wow, I
That's pretty
loved
much
the
it.
like fun time that was.
So
Hey,
fun.
hey,
Moon elf,
we
a
were like,
moon elf.
yo, Renaya, want to come with us? And you were like, no.
I
We have
wanted
so
to
much fun here.
Friggin' dance party, man.
You did
Hey.
dance.
You got to dance with Edward for 5 minutes. What is he, chop suey?
Yep.
Chop suey.
For
Yes,
Chop
15
suey.
minutes.
He
Yeah.
Chop
is
suey is the
chop
type-
suey.
Chop suey is an
You
Asian
take
dish.
it back. You had to go through Dragon Tross.
So,
It's also a System of a Down song.
Yes.
you guys return. Actually, you know what? Here you go, Lydia.
Oh,
So-
you're gonna make me upset, aren't you? I just
No.
accepted.
No, no, I'm not gonna make you upset. I'm gonna make you happy.
Scratch.
Am I dancing with Kathyr's twin?
So, as you've been dancing, you are very perceptive. You've noticed that there are several people throughout this establishment. Several of them dancing, some of them playing games, some doing whatever. There was one person in particular that catches your eye, and you're being sincere, and you're not trying not to be creepy or anything like that. So you don't like stare by any means, but go about dancing, and then kind of go back to her, and kind of go back and forth. And
Tell me it's a hot elf.
you're getting some familiar vibes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Across the way, sitting at a table,
DJ, I swear I
playing,
will love you forever, please.
No.
playing 3 games of chess at the same time against 3 different opponents.
That
There-
tracks.
There
It's like
is
a dream come true.
a moon elf that you can see. She has slightly lighter blue skin than Kathyr.
His skin is
A very well toned, very athletic build, wearing a kind of this white, billowy, very East Bavarian crop top that's tied off on the side. She has
dang.
leather pants that have been well patinaed in, boots that have been well traveled. She has a sash tied across her hip, and then another sash tying back her white hair. Kind of it ties it into a ponytail that's then braided back, and it's this very like, let's see, what are they called, like loose braids or whatever, where it's very wide and flat and very like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Plates. Plait. Plated.
Anyway,
Is that really what it is? What?
I don't think so, but I don't know. But she has that similar hairstyle, very fine features, a very, very beautiful moon elf. Currently sitting there playing chess against 3 different men, smoking them all.
Renaya's like gotten to the point where she's like been dancing over and then is noticing that it's 3 games. And when she gets to the table, she's kind of just standing there, just watching.
Yeah,
She's
you join
looking,
the
but she's
crowd.
looking specifically for the bishop pieces.
All 3 sets have them. Not all of them have them on the board, but they all have them. But you join the crowd. You can see that there's several different people that are very impressed with her. After a little while, one right after the other, she checkmates each person in a series of, within 2 minutes of each other. Before finishing, taking her drink, lifting it, saying, "Cheers to you all," and then downing the whole thing before slamming it down, standing up, and then she'll go dance.
Oh, I'm gonna go and like dance, and Renaya's gonna like go up to her like full like, 'cause I'm like, that was really cool. My friends play that game all the time, but they won't teach me how to do it. I also stole their bishop pieces, so it's not exactly they don't know about that though. Don't tell them.
She's dancing, flipping and flowing. Hi.
Flipping and flowing.
Do you want to learn how to play?
She just breaks into break dance,
Play-
dude.
Play chess?
Yeah,
Chest.
I'd be happy to
Chess.
teach you. I've been here for a couple more days, so I'm happy to talk to people.
No, with a T.
Um,
Come on.
Yeah,
She grabs your
yeah.
wrist and pulls you over to a table.
Does Renaya recognize her traps? This is the one
They're
question.
familial, they're
Family
genetic.
traps, the Ebenthar traps.
That's how. That's their calling
believe it or
card.
not,
Their
believe
middle
it or
name is
not-
Traps.
Believe it or not, Aaron, not everyone in my family is built. Okay.
I
Kathyr-
don't believe you.
Kathyr Traps Evanthar.
Yes, this is the name.
Yeah.
I
Their
know
family
this piece.
sigil. Everyone thinks it's 2 mountains, but it's two traps.
What was your
I-
name?
Renaya, I know this one goes diagonally, but that's about the extent of my knowledge.
Okay. My name is Volna Renaya.
Hi.
It's very nice to meet you. So, the game of Dragon Chess is a game of strategy. Each piece can do different things. They can each move in specific ways. Each of them has their own kind of value to them and how useful they are. She goes about teaching you how to play chess. A couple basic strategies. You guys play a game or two. She smoked you every time, but you were beginning to learn. And at this point, you all return.
Except for me.
And then Havel, I saw the guy and I
You know, you should really
Havel?
teach my friend Edward how to do this because he's really, really not good at winning this game.
jeez.
Do
Wow.
DM when we walk in, do we see Renaya at all?
Roll up 7 check.
Okay.
Me too. Me too.
Go for it.
Yay, 15.
Higher than me.
Got him.
Higher than what?
I rolled low because of course I did.
Okay. Not hard. As you guys enter across the way, you're just kind of looking around to see if anybody's down here. And you do notice Renaya. You can see Renaya's face. She's playing with someone that you cannot see currently.
Okay.
You can see like her braid, the back of hers. You can tell that she has a light blue skin, pointed ears, so you assume it's a moon elf of some sort. But you can't see her face.
Edward walks up to the table and says, "You wouldn't believe it. I've been talking and Havel just disappeared.
That's
also,
him. He's
you're
the one
playing-
who plays chess all the time.
me.
Are you
Yes.
Edward?
Hello. I'm Edward.
My name is
listen.
Bona.
You were playing chess and you didn't invite me.
You've never invited me.
Ooh.
Well, you've been there.
Well, I would say at this point, it sounds like you guys have known each other quite well. I'm surprised that she hasn't learned from you. Although from what I've heard, you're not
we'll-
very good.
Do DM?
We
do
can
I
play
s-
after this game.
Do
I
I
suppose.
see where Edward walked over?
Yeah.
After I approach, but after hearing her speak, I'm just frozen in shock.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just
Edward-
kind of standing there
From what
like
I've heard,
10 feet away.
she probably doesn't want to learn from you anyway. You don't sound very good.
Well, no. What? I can play this game. I've been playing for years. We can maybe play after this round. How about that, Renaya?
Okay. I know what more pieces do now.
Oh, that's good. How much have you learned?
She's learned all of the game. She gets
All of it.
You must be a great teacher. What was your name?
My name is Volna.
Volna. Very nice to meet you. And he holds out his hand. Edward and Fellows of Athala.
Volna Ebenthar of Raveluna.
She's also a really good dancer.
Whoa. What was your name again?
Volna Ebenthar.
Ooh woo.
Wait,
Edward just
I'm
slowly looks over to Kathyr.
Who
Renaya follows.
is just like just
Volna tracks
staring
both of you
in
guys.
shock.
Jaw
She
on the
turns-
floor.
She turns to kind of look over her chair.
Evanthar?
Oh, hi, Katha. And that's where we're going to take our break. We'll be back.
I hate it. I hate it.
So, if you want to hear about sibling drama or reuniting, anything like that, don't go anywhere.
Cathyr's
We'll be
hot
right back.
sister.
Or
Oh, I'm
if you
so
want to
happy.
find out
Thank
whether
you,
or not
DJ.
Havel's gonna die.
Thank you,
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah, there you go. You happy now?
I'm very happy,
Drew looks
thank you.
concerned and shocked.
I'm just.
We'll
I'm
be
just
back in just a little
surprised,
bit.
You know.
We'll see you in just a little
Bye,
bit, guys.
guys. See you in a bit.
All right, and we are back. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off. Kathyr's sister Bulna just turned around and said hi to Kathyr.
Well, and
I just walk. I after the
Well,
shock.
come on, she stands up.
Yeah,
and
I was
she
gonna
goes
say
over
after the
and hugs you.
shock, I just come over and give her a big hug,
You know each other.
lift her up a little bit before
yeah,
setting her back
they
down.
have the same last name.
Renaya, Edward.
We're married.
Is Havel here by this point?
Yeah, I was walking.
I walk in and I go, guys, you'll not believe what just happened.
Havel,
look,
great
look.
timing. Everyone, this is my sister Volna.
Why didn't you tell us your sister lives in Morencia?
Volna?
She doesn't.
Hi. Yes, I'm Vilna.
Volna.
Apparently,
Velma.
she's here, doing work as an ambassador.
Oh, so
An
okay.
ambassador of what?
I
Of-
represent Rivaluna.
The War Council.
What? Your family is involved in the seat of Rivaluna?
To some extent, for
Kathyr.
certain political matters.
Well,
You're
yeah,
a
we're-
noble?
Yes, I.
How
am
have you
noble.
never mentioned this before?
You are so many things.
Did
Did
you
thought
just,
you were
like,
just-
not tell your friends anything about you?
Well,
I thought you were
hold
both a
on,
simple
hold
Let me tell
on.
you
He
about this
doesn't.
one
He
time.
okay.
So- oh my God,
Volna.
okay.
Volna.
Okay,
Can,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on.
Kathyr, no.
Wait,
Volna.
I'm
He
pretty
didn't
sure-
consider
I'm
us his
pretty sure
friends for
I
like a
mentioned
month.
I mentioned it a long time ago. It just never came
Literally-
up because
no,
nobody down
liter-
here cares
It
that I'm a
took like
noble.
multiple hugs for me
Literally,
to
like a
actually
month
get him
ago,
to
he
acknowledge
finally
that we were
decided we're his friends.
Yeah.
Literally a month ago.
He was really tough to open up to, but he has, and we have since not learned that much.
You are so stoic, and she like slaps your arm.
He
Anyway.
is, isn't he?
It's very.
You're
annoying. I
nothing
totally agree.
like him. This is fantastic.
I am the far cooler, way more popular, far better in every way.
I
So-
mean,
God, why-
she really is.
Why
There's
couldn't
a
we have
reason
had
that-
you in our party?
I mean, I would love, Kathy. You want to switch places? You can deal with.
That's
all of
probably
this.
No,
not
no,
a good
no.
idea. That's really
You have
not a
work
good
to do.
idea to join
you
us.
want- do
We
you
kind
want
of
to-
have
You
the worst
have a
luck in the
very-
world, and all
wait.
these really bad things happen like simultaneously.
You have a
Um,
very
like,
important
oh,
job.
man,
We would
there's
hate
a
to
lot to
distract
catch up
from.
on.
Hey,
Cleaning
Kathyr.
up
Kathyr.
after bad things is kind of my job.
Kathyr.
Yeah.
Does she know that you're all?
Oh, I mean, kind of. I don't know.
Talking
Volna,
about
did
his
you ever,
his
did,
little gods.
did you ever
The,
get my
the,
letter?
the
Okay, great, you
puppets
do.
that kind of do everything.
Does,
yeah.
does that mean that you want to be a Fate Paladin? Because I'm honestly no offense, Kathyr. I'm a little
Oh
fed
my
up with the
God.
Fate
Wait,
Oh
thing.
no,
wait,
she's
wait,
telling
No,
me.
okay. I'm nobody
about the
else in
Fate
my
Paladin?
family is a fate anything.
Great.
You're a face. What does that mean?
No,
Yeah,
no,
don't worry
I mean,
about it.
There's a lot to catch up on. Did you get my letter? Did that?
No, I've been here
that-
for the last several months.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Okay, great. Because
Well,
I explained
not
some of
necessarily
it in
here.
the
I've been
letter.
in Harentha and in a thing, and
When-
I've
wait,
been all over. I've
When
been
did
kind
when did you leave home?
Well, I actually was made into an ambassador about 6 weeks after you left, and I've basically been traveling since then.
Really?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Wow.
Definitely a lot of traveling, but I get to meet lots of new people, like all these new friends that I have.
Yeah.
Volna?
You're really taking
Yeah.
after
Cut to the
Mom.
men
Wow,
crying
you
on the
called me
floor
a
after
friend
getting
really
demolished
quick.
from
I'm not
chest.
you
used to
drink?
that.
Of course, we're friends. Oh, do I drink?
Yes, she does.
Bartender.
Hi.
I flick a platinum piece to him, and I just go, "That's going to cover all of our meals and whatever she's having and whatever they're having." And I point it out at the rest of the party, and I go, "Let the liquor flow."
I
Who
mean,
would
if
be-
you insist. And she goes over and grabs a couple mugs.
Right. Okay. This is gonna be a mess. I
Okay,
just, sit- I just
she
I just
walks
sit
over to
down.
another table. She walks over to another table, right past you, Kathyr. She plants her foot on one of the chairs and just looks at the three guys that are sitting at the table. You should leave. They all kind of like look at each other and then just stand up and leave.
Kathy, your sister's so cool.
Edward,
she's very
Edward
cool.
sits down and says, "You would be very glad to know. I think you'd be interested. I was actually an heir for part of the political seat of Athala. Believe it or not, I'm actually from there, a bit of a refugee of ways. And Kathyr, we've been involved in some of the political happenings that have happened, and it's led us here.
Yeah. Okay. It's a long story.
There's so much.
Okay.
Yes, Havel?
Why don't we start at the beginning?
No,
What's up, Havel?
what I was just going to say, because it's just a very quick snide remark, and Kathyr, you could just, whatever. When Renai's like, Kathyr, your sister's so cool. Havel carrying like a couple of mugs is going to go up real close to Kathyr and whisper into his ear, and so hot. And then just like go.
Don't.
Kathyr just does smite right there.
Yeah, you just
Bonk.
That's mine. Nobody talks about my sister that way.
Sword singing.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wait. I'm curious about you. You said that you're from Athala.
I am indeed, in fact.
And you
I was
said
actually.
that you were an heir to a political seat. Which political
Yes, I
seat?
was. Well, it was primarily dealing with commerce and the economy of the city and stuff. I'm actually he quiets down. He said, "I am no longer dealing with him. He's being dealt with elsewhere. But I am, in fact, the son of Newgate Fellows, Algerite Distribution Company."
That sucks.
Yes, it really does. I'm so glad you understand.
I mean,
And so
how-
you would
how are
imagine
you
how I
dealing
would
with
become
that?
displaced. Yes.
Yeah.
How am I
feeling
doing
like
with it?
okay? Are you feeling grounded? Are you having an identity crisis?
I wouldn't call it that, but I mean.
No.
My city is in shambles. My father is in prison, and now I am stuck. Sorry,
Okay.
guys. I'm stuck doing what I'm doing. We are actually working with
People end up
Maxius.
stuck with me.
We're working with Maxius to
I don't think I'm
look
stuck
at some
with you
troops
yet.
from Lasagna.
Insults aside, Edward.
Right.
Before we get too far into everything, I say we raise a toast, right?
Right.
Everyone
Yeah.
to
Shut up, Tarak.
new friends, to hopefully beautiful adventures moving forward, and safe travels to
To the
everyone.
Ebenthars.
To the Ebenthars.
Cheers.
Cheers.
She dumps the
Wow.
whole thing.
Renaya tries to do that.
Grotz just.
Roll a
God,
constitution
she's
check.
great. Why is
She
she?
summons
She's
Grotz.
nothing like Kathyr.
No, she isn't. She really isn't.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
She is
So-
in many ways the exact opposite.
She wasn't going to at first, and then she like made eye contact with you, Renaya. She kind of like kept going a little further, and you kept going
Chug,
And she
chug,
kept going.
chug, 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 chug.
until she finally downs hers, slams it down, and you did the same. And she just
Whoa.
kind of looks at you like, all right.
Kiss, 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 kiss.
She is capable of way more. Don't.
Right.
She's a demon in real life.
Tarak, you're not here. Tarak's just in the window. Like.
So, okay, you. And she turns to you, Kathyr.
Yeah.
You need to tell me everything. I haven't heard anything about your travels in the last 8 months. What have you been doing? How did you meet these people? Who are these people? I mean,
Right.
Who's that
tell me
hot
everything.
redhead next to you?
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
Why are you guys
Beginning
holding
of the
hands?
story. Okay.
There's a squirrel?
So, when I first left, nothing really happened for like the first 2 months. Gonna be
Okay.
honest, really boring.
Sounds boring.
But I ended up having a dream, and followed a vision actually that led me to a temple where I found Melora here.
Feeding
she's-
fish.
and that
One
there
unit
we
for that.
met and fought off some really terrifying monsters in the woods before we eventually met Havel. And then from there, the three of us actually went to Athala, where we met
And that's where they met me.
Edward and Renaya
Right.
and another one of our companions, Tarak, who is not currently here.
Okay.
While we were there,
We'll say that you
Yeah.
go through and
So,
tell her the
yeah,
story
yeah.
of the
I-
last 8
Oh,
months
I
of
was
the
excited
campaign.
to hear.
We don't need
proper-
to recap the entire campaign.
Man,
And then I showed the
Recap
dragon
episode.
people.
I felt
Ah.
guilty.
You've
But
been
I did it.
kind
I
of all over the
died.
place.
yeah, it's been quite the journey.
I mean, and you look, I mean, great for a dead man. Like, I think if I
Thank
had
you.
died, I don't think I would look as good as you do. So, I mean, cheers to you.
I have been called a pretty tiefling before, so.
Like a little raccoon.
I'm pretty sure you called yourself a pretty
Self-proclaimed.
tiefling before.
Oh, please. Other people have called me a pretty tiefling plenty of times. I was just
think
mimicking
you're
what
a
they
pretty
told me.
tiefling.
I've
You
never
are
heard it
very,
before.
very pretty, Haval.
Please
So how long are you guys in? Hey, stop it! I can do what I want. How long are you guys in town for?
a couple days. We're gonna be
Just until we get a ship, really.
yeah, we're gonna be trying to charter ourselves a ship. So however.
Where are
yeah,
you,
we
where are
have-
you going?
To some islands, kind of southeast of here. There is word of possibly undead soldiers coming out of the ocean.
Supposedly, Prasius was maybe calling upon troops from that area, and so we're going to help Maxius and others that are in contact with him to just know kind of what to expect around Athala, if
Right.
there is anything worth being concerned about. So we're kind of the eyes on the ground, the boots that do the walking, if you may. It's pretty cool. It's like spies.
Well,
Okay. And you know that Athala is under siege then.
yes.
Okay.
Kind of taken over, but there are
Yes.
people coming to help the issue.
Right.
Yes. Troops
Yeah.
from Lasania and Rival Luna have both been sent.
You're right. Yeah. Do you know how
it's-
is that going?
Well, it's rather tricky, honestly. Bravania is not necessarily a huge fan of it. Neither is Athane. Mostly like past grievances with the Elven Wars and having now two races of elves stepping in to take care of kind of their lost brother, quote unquote, is tricky politics. It's taking quite a bit of debate. The issue that's really going on is that East Bravania and Athane have both basically decided that they don't care what happens. It's kind of like a let them do what they will. They're not going to listen to us anyway type thing. And so it's really just kind of been causing a lot of issues. Talking to Revoluthel a few days ago, it was Kiamura pushing for help that really kind of set things into motion. Now I think that he is leading a platoon along with Piero.
Wait,
So that's
Kiamura
not-
now?
You said you spoke with him a few days ago?
I spoke with Revoluthel a few days ago. I haven't seen Kiamura.
Right, Revoluthel, is he like here too?
I think he left. I don't think his turn is still here.
Well, that's good to know that they all made it back home and are doing all right.
I'm glad Kiamura
Yes,
is
and
involved.
Piero
I
is-
trust
is-
him.
He seems rather trustworthy. And Piero helping out as well is quite exciting, isn't it, right, Kathyr?
Yeah.
Piero, your brother.
Yeah.
Piero Wireless?
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vieira?
It's
Viara Wireless is leading a platoon.
This is so strange.
Yeah,
They're
it's
gonna
kinda
get spotty
crazy
coverage
that-
out there.
He always did want to become a hero.
I'm not gonna lie. I really took you as the whole my family's dead and I'm brooding type. I didn't.
Oh no, I have
Oh no.
I always assumed his
Several,
family was
um,
librarians or something.
no.
Not really.
No, I have. So I have my sister Volna, and then
That's me. In case you don't.
I have several other siblings. We are the next oldest is Ina, and then my younger brother Piero, and then also Sovalis and our youngest, my youngest sister Vespa.
He really zooms.
What was the last one?
Vespa,
Vespa.
the car.
No, it's like a little like sit.
Oh yeah, it's
down
a no,
bike.
it's a like yeah, it's a
Yeah,
it's a moped, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a moped. She's Italian. She's adopted.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's crazy to me that that he would be out on the field so soon. But
He's done quite well in his training. I do know that there are a couple of other generals that are going with him, but he is stepping up into a kind of a position. He's like a general in training. It's kind of how things are going. Dad was kind of insistent on him going to kind of get that training, and so yeah, it was, you know, we'll see how he does.
right.
Family's so cool. My family sucks.
Tell me about your family.
You're telling
Which
me.
one? I have adoptive mother who's like really, really cool. But like my biological family, they're not great.
You're okay. Well, then tell me about your adoptive mother. Who's she?
Her name's Lada Lachlan.
Your mother is Lada Lachlan.
You know Lada Lachlan.
Who doesn't know Lada Lachlan? The girl's
Honestly, everybody seems to know Lada Lachlan.
famous. I mean,
take
she
another
like
drink.
saved the realm like 3 times. Like, she's pretty
Right.
cool.
Wait, she
Right.
saved the realm?
Yeah, we've been over this.
No, we haven't.
I
Yeah.
mean, a little.
We're talking later.
Okay.
Lada's
Lada.
She's very cool.
Sorry.
Well, that's pretty rad. I suddenly feel less cool.
Don't
What?
don't
No.
worry. You're
Okay, so
much
what do you do
cooler.
then? Like, what's your thing?
Satan.
My-
Everybody just looks
My
awkwardly.
I have a few. I try to focus on like healing magic.
Okay.
She's a follower of Malice.
Okay.
He is somebody who we
cool.
can always count on.
Insight check on her saying that.
Okay. Go for it.
To be honest, there's a fair chance that she doesn't even know a whole lot about Malice.
Elves,
19.
man.
Okay. You get the sense. 2 things. Okay. First of all, she doesn't know a lot about the gods in general.
Okay.
What she does know of Malice is he's that god off to the side, kind of the he's whatever, the typical response when people think of Malice,
My family's not all that religious, believe it or not.
No, they're not all that religious, and surprisingly, and even among like religious folk, Malice is the washed up orphan of the gods.
He's the day old bread.
Exactly. He's
the
nothing
day
special.
old.
From
Right.
Jimmy John's, this slaps. He's more like the day old bread from like, I don't know,
Like
a nearby
Walmart.
coffee shop that's like okay.
Malice
Yeah.
is actually like really, really cool, and he goes underappreciated a lot, and that's kind
Oh, yeah?
of one of the main reasons that I kind of gravitated towards him. But
Oh, so
Yeah.
you're kind of like, you like being different.
I don't particularly like it, but I
cool.
am.
Interesting. We'll talk later. Okay.
Okay.
And you, and she points at you, Havel. What's your thing? Aside from being a pretty tiefling.
Gross.
I have a few things. At this point, Havel's probably a drink or 2 in.
Please cut off someone's toe again.
No.
At the toe. I think that's
Um,
episode 2.
Havel is going to. That's like episode
It-
1.
I think
Or-
That was
That's a
I think
deep
it's from
that was
the-
our
Um,
three
from
pushing group
Kathyr,
shot.
Melora,
Yeah.
and
Comment
Havel's
below a
group shot.
timestamp and the episode.
Havel
people can
goes.
find
Traditionally, am I sitting next to her?
Sure.
Do I see a coin purse on her at all?
Yes.
No.
No. Do I see a ring or anything like that?
Yeah, she's wearing a couple rings.
Cool.
Yeah, a family ring.
Not for long.
Aaron is playing the
Um,
part of the little devil on the party's shoulder. That's just in the
Oh,
background.
I'm the group heckler.
21 sleight of hand.
Okay.
Basically what Havel's gonna do is Havel's going
I
to.
can't believe this word. Okay. Go for it.
Did you roll higher than my sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Really?
She got a natural 20 and she has a +3 to perception.
What the?
Little did you know,
Okay.
that's her favorite ring. It was gifted to her by her mother.
Oh.
Honestly, it might be.
So basically, what Havel was gonna try to do was he was
Uh-huh.
going to take her hand and basically be like, well, traditionally speaking, I am just really good at talking. And then while he's like making deadly eye contact and
Uh-huh.
like just trying to generally
She stares right back,
distract her.
unwavering.
Yeah, he was going to try to swipe the ring,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
assume she stops him.
You take the ring, but before you can like pull your hand away, she clasps it with her other hand. Says, "Good at talking, eh?" And just kind of flips your hand over before sitting back and just kind of flipping the ring through her knuckles like you do with a coin.
She's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, I just
I've
saw
had a-
Ryan do the classic lip bite. That's a dangerous
I'm-
moment.
I am a few drinks in, but yes, I'm very good at talking.
Okay,
And
alright.
of a recent development, I suppose, aside from my apparent silver tongue, I did talk down a dragon.
That is true.
Wow.
It was
Nice.
more of a group effort.
I am very good at lying and right, I can do this. And I'm going
Beatboxes.
to turn into Kathyr.
Please do the
Disguise self,
accent.
turn into Kathyr.
Okay. Well, that's an ugly
just gonna
look. Why
go.
did you choose him?
I don't know. I just really like to be really haughty for myself. Look at me, I have a sword. I'm big and strong.
Havel,
Look
you
at
look
me.
jacked.
That sounds exactly like this.
That
sounds
it
exactly
really
like
does
this.
though. It really
You know,
does. You do sound
you-
like this
No,
a
I
You
lot.
sound
don't
exactly
sound
like
You
my
talk through
pig-headed
your nose
twin
a
brother.
lot.
Havel, your traps are massive.
I know, right? Look at look at me.
Family Von Trapp.
I'm
I
going
just
to
like,
I'm
I
going
just like to
to
shove Havel.
You go through his shoulder.
Whoosh.
Yeah, so I do that, and I go. I picked up some magic along the way. But
That-
aside from,
That is rather impressive. I can't do anything with magic. I'm really just in general good at talking.
I'm good at talking, good with my hands. But yeah, that's about it.
Wow. And I already know what you do. You do whatever.
He swings a
Uh,
sword.
Yeah, you just swing a sword and pray to your gods,
Right.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
She just kind of elbows you. Don't be so serious. Just relax. Have a drink. She pushes a drink over to you.
doesn't
I've
drink.
still been drinking water this whole time.
Yes. And your fellows, you do all that.
Well, kind of.
What else do you do?
He plays music.
What
Oh,
do
you're
I
a
do?
bard.
Yes, I
Can you play
enjoy
something?
music. I enjoy magic.
Play me something.
Now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well, I got my flute on me.
Oh no.
Look at how excited Grant looks.
Wait. This is an important moment, so let me put on the special tassel. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Arabian Night.
Did you like that?
That was amazing. You were so good.
Thank you. I've been playing for quite some time. I don't get to play as much as I used to. It's quite a shame.
You should play more.
I should, shouldn't I? But I that's besides the point. Now, honestly, I'm kind of just a wanderer of sorts. Just looking for my
Lone wolf.
next adventure.
All right. Lone wolf.
I went
that
off on
right.
my own in Athala to make a difference, but obviously that didn't work out, so
Oh my
I'm just kind of drifting until the next thing.
Okay. All right.
Pretty
She
cool.
sits back in her chair. Well, you are quite the group.
One day I will write of our tales.
Very nice.
Is that?
You know what I want to do? I want to take a shot. She stands up. She goes over to the bar.
You have my boo.
That's
I have a squirrel.
As she walks away, I just look at the others.
Yes.
Mighty tighty, the sisters. Mighty fine.
Is there something that you're are you
No, I'm processing.
That's fair.
I did
I
not
want to
expect
be
to see. I did
her.
not expect my sister to be here. Like, normal, especially being an ambassador. Normally, that's a mom's thing. Is
Hey, Kathyr,
but
I
like,
apologize in advance.
if you do anything, I will hit you again.
Don't worry, Kathyr. I'll be
You'll
crying the
kiss
hallway
me
in
again.
like 5 minutes.
I will
It's
hit you
okay.
again.
Oh, you'll hit me. I was hoping you said kiss.
Also, do you still look like Kathyr? I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be
Well, you know, if you hit me again, maybe I'll just die a third time, and that'd be rather entertaining now, wouldn't it?
He comes back with 6 glasses. So I don't know what this is. But they said it was hot.
Oh,
does that
is
mean?
it the
Okay.
is it the death snail or whatever, the reaper snail?
I just hold it up and
Yeah.
kind of like just sniff it.
Flashbacks.
Come on. If you're not going to take a drink, at least take one shot with me, Katha.
It's reaper snail. Come on.
Right.
What's
For
one gonna do? You're a big guy. You're
For you,
probably a
Volna.
heavyweight.
Cool.
You're
I'm
not
cool,
even gonna
I'm
feel
cool,
it.
I'm cool. I'm cool. I
I
can
mean,
do
I'm
it.
not.
I can do it.
I'm really
cool.
not.
I'm
I can't
cool.
get.
I'm
I can't
cool.
get drunk.
God,
Okay.
that's really nice.
Here we go. Clink, clink, take a shot. Boom. You guys did it.
Ah,
Bonk.
down it. What?
Real unhappy.
Oh,
She
it
takes
tastes
it,
horrible. It's so
And even
bad.
she goes, "Ugh. Okay. That was not good.
No,
Oh, I can feel it in my
not-
stomach.
Are
It
you sure that
burns.
that
Not
has
the second time
alcohol
around
in it?
either.
Okay.
My
shut
nose
up.
is running.
Wow, I'm really tired now.
I need water.
What time is it, DM?
It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever
Just
happened
late.
to wine?
Right. Well, I think we are planning on like just looking around the city tomorrow, doing stuff.
Okay.
If you wanted to join us,
Yeah, no,
sure
definitely.
you would be welcome.
Oh my gosh, do you want to surf?
I'll be available until dawn.
Yes, actually, I really do.
We're going
I was asking Havel about
surfing.
that earlier.
So the seaside wharf has there's Alvaron Beach, and the waves, the surfing there is amazing. Nothing like Munkari by any means, but
I mean, nothing.
Pretty good.
Wait, you surfed?
of course we surfed.
Yeah.
That's kind of like
Cool.
That
Kathyr, your
was
sister is
Munkari's
so
baby.
cool.
There's
Kathyr surfs too.
a yearly competition back home.
Won it every year.
I bet you were great at it.
I actually I
Um,
wish that I had won, but I actually never competed.
Oh, that's a shame. You'll have to teach us how. I'm totally afraid, but if you're going out there, I'll go.
I just stare at
Okay.
Edward, just lasers.
That smirk from you Grinch smiled.
Havel's gonna go. I wish I could join you. I don't know. I'm a bit preoccupied. I have to wake up early
Oh come on, Havel.
tomorrow.
We just met.
Um,
We gotta keep getting to know each other. Want to go surf?
Oh, I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunity for that some other time. But I really do have some important things I have to deal with tomorrow very early. I believe that they said dawn, right?
I don't know. I wasn't there. Yes. They said
No,
that.
I'm asking the DM.
I know.
Okay, cool. Havel just goes, I believe I have to be up at dawn, so considering
that's so
that's in
early.
approximately 5 hours or so, I should probably get going. It
That's-
really was a wonderful pleasure. And Havel's going to take her hand and kiss it. And then
You go to take her hand and she stands up. And as she stands, she like almost falls. She's kind of a little tipsy. You catch her real quick before kind of standing her back upright. Okay. Whew. I should probably go to bed as well.
right. And then Havel's going to look at her and then just look at Kathyr and just go, Kathyr, you take care of your sister, all right?
Before I do.
And then Havel, as he passes by Kathyr, is going to just very slyly, just be like,
I'll give you tonight. It's okay.
Yikes, dude.
I resist the urge just to tackle him.
Tension.
Right.
This is what will really destroy the party.
The Havel being slimy because he knows it bothers Kathyr.
Oh yeah.
The paper
no.
dungeon civil war.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go to bed too, I think. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Good night.
It was nice to meet you. She leaves, and once she leaves, Edward turns to Kathyr and says, "Your family is incredible. How have you not told us any of this?
You never
Just,
asked.
I thought you were some librarian.
You never asked.
Your family
Some
is on the
librarian.
seat of Rivaluna."
You
Well, I mean,
just
to be fair, normally, like, especially like my sister isn't like she said, she hasn't been like. Before I left, she actually was a teacher, and she wasn't actually part of any sort of politics. However, my mother is a part of the council back home.
Why in the world would you leave with such a bright future?
I was called to do something else. I
guess I can kind of relate.
I I mean, because back home I was just a scribe. My family is well respected, but I was never interested in politics, to be honest.
Really?
No. I tried it in my younger years, but that wasn't quite for me.
Huh.
Politics is a young man's game.
Says Havel in his drunken stoop.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, my father, he's actually what some would call a druid in some ways. He's very spiritual. He's not religious, but he's very spiritual.
Magic.
Renaya, I think you would probably like him. But yeah, then my other sister, Ina, she is kind of like me, quiet and very bookish.
Bookish?
Yeah, she likes to read. Kind of
Study.
Tends to find quiet spots, just to kind of relax and get away from people.
The gym.
My two other brothers, Biero and Sovalis, they're both very outgoing. They're both very they both always wanted to grow up and become soldiers of the High Guard and go off and become heroes of sorts. What? Did I miss something, Aaron?
Viaro and syphilis.
What?
The first thing I thought of when you said your family's names.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
My brother
Sovalis
Viaro and my
and
youngest
Viaro.
sister syphilis.
Wait, no.
Younger brother.
And
Sovalis is one of my brothers.
Oh
And-
yes.
And tell me about the motor. What's it called? It's like you sit on it. It's like a bike.
Vespa?
Yes. Tell me about Vespa.
I don't know what that has to do with a bicycle, but
That's so wholesome.
she's the youngest one. She's still learning a lot, actually. Just entering her 20s, actually.
Oh wow, she is really young.
She's my age.
She is she's kind of like Dad, actually. She loves nature. Kind of the
Is
bright
she
life
anything
in
like-
all of our lives.
Is she anything like Valulu? What's her name? Valero? What?
Volna?
Voluma.
Yes and no. She very much, I mean, all of us look up to Volna, to be honest.
Renaya
Why?
is listening like
But-
she's all ears, like with all this.
Like she's just
Renaya,
like
what's happened to
not,
you? You're
she's
all
not,
ears.
Like, she's like not breaking eye contact. Or
She's literally just like,
Renaya has been waiting for this for months.
Lydia has been waiting for this for months.
Same thing.
Uh,
Wow, your family sounds spectacular.
They are all very, very cool people.
It must be nice having siblings. I was alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they get annoying sometimes, but.
Renaya.
Yeah.
Did you have siblings? No? Alright. We're in the same boat. Havel?
Havel
Siblings.
went to bed.
Asleep.
Oh yeah, he left. Again.
Yeah. Speaking of, I suppose we should probably all get to bed too. We're probably going to be doing a lot tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't say anything before. It never came up, and it didn't seem very important.
It's fine. I'm just shocked that you managed to keep it. It's not like you were trying or anything, I don't think. It's just...
Yeah. Well,
it's bizarre.
Yeah.
I never knew.
Yeah, to be fair, usually politics politics from back home don't venture this far south normally. You usually don't have to.
That kind of makes sense.
So.
Oh, well, I'm tired. I
Anyway.
don't really want to leave, though. I don't want to go to bed. But I'm tired.
You want to do our chess game real quick?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
why don't you head over and grab a table?
Okay. Edward walks over and grabs a table.
And as he does that, Renaya looks back to Kathyr. Your family's really cool,
Thank you.
and that includes you.
Thank you, Renaya. I don't know what I would do without them.
Did Tarak find somewhere to settle for the night?
Yeah, he actually apparently wanted to stay at the Archmage place that we went to sell, like, some of the dragon parts.
Okay.
He said he
You hear
felt...
Orcish screams in the distance.
He said he felt more comfortable there, I guess.
Okay. Did he seem okay?
He seemed alright. However, the mage did offer him counseling. So... we'll see what comes of it.
Probably a good thing.
Probably.
Okay.
Renaya. Come on. I'm
Okay.
tired.
You
Alright.
can go to bed or
Oh,
you can
wait.
watch. I learned and I think I'm pretty good now.
Oh, no, I have to see this.
Dan, please, we can do
Yes.
this really quick. We know the drill. We gotta cue that battle music. We gotta roll 3 times and see who gets out
Oh,
on
we're
top,
queuing
right?
the
That's
battle
3.
music too?
Yes, we
Alright.
gotta.
Cue
Real
the battle
quick.
music, Maestro.
Okay.
All right, let's see what you've got, Renaya.
Alright, first
you
intelligence
start.
check.
Let it rip.
Natural 20. Edward's going out hot. Yep.
Yes. Rolled a 7, so 8.
Renaya
Cool.
went first, and Edward just rebutted. He knows exactly what to do. Roll 2.
Okay.
Focused on.
He just
Natural
rebutted.
Another natural 20. Not even kidding.
You should take a picture of that one.
Yeah, I got a
Okay,
13.
I'm not touching. I'm gonna send it to the PP Dun Dun group chat. Yes, it is canonical. That is what we call our Snapchat group chat.
That is what we call it. Yes, we call it the PP Dun Dun.
And it isn't the, isn't it? Duh. Like
Yeah, it's
DA.
duh, PP
The
Dun Dun.
PP Dun
A
Dun.
little
Yeah.
bit of the paper dungeon trivia for you Dungeoneers out there.
That'll be on the
Ironically,
quiz.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be on the pop
And we
quiz next
also, whenever Grant has to go to the bathroom, he will on occasion say he has to go PP Dun Dun.
Don't you just love when we really just crap on our own stream?
Yeah.
We're terrible people.
I just usually
Alright.
All right,
Oh,
last roll. We gotta do a third one, even though he's winning, right?
Yes.
The only time, give it to him, dude. Just give it to him.
My,
Did you crit
God.
a third time, Grant?
I'm not touching it, guys.
You're lying.
You're lying.
Yep, I'm recording
lying.
again.
You are
I'm not.
lying.
You
You're
can look. I am
lying,
sending a
dog.
video to the group chat once again. That is
Bro.
the third, that 20 in a row.
There's no way.
I'm serious.
Grant, Edward got like divine inspiration for this,
What
man.
in the world? I have to look.
Dude,
Well, I got a 15.
this is the thing.
So, Renaya did get better as you played, but she did not get good enough.
So,
Edward just needs to play drunk.
Oh
So,
my gosh. Edward says,
you guys, this game lasts about 3 minutes. Renaya, you feel like you do a strong opening move. That's the only strong move that you feel like you made in
That
this
was a good
game.
one.
Yep.
That was a good one.
The rest of it, he he's relentless. He doesn't care that you're new. He doesn't care that you've barely played this before. He destroys you in the matter of like 3 minutes.
Edward says, "Yes, finally."
Wow.
Oh, Liz, I can tell you know what you're doing, but I guess it's just today's my day.
Well, good
Dude,
job.
I
like-
think that's
Thank you.
the best I've ever seen you play.
I think that's the best maybe I've ever seen me play. To be honest, I forgot kind of what
Edward
was
straight up
happening.
scholars made it
midway.
Renaya like
Yeah,
4-move
basically.
chess.
I leaned down and whispered to Renaya, "You'll get him next time."
I kind of just stumbled into checkmate, honestly. I feel so out of it.
Well, looks
Good
like
work.
I bring out the best in you, and Renae's gonna get up and head to bed.
Nice.
All right, Kathyr. He gives Kathyr a big ol' hug, and he says, he holds him by the
hug him,
shoulders out,
bite.
and he says,
Yeah, hug him back. And...
"You have a cool family, mate. I'm glad you're here." Slaps him on the shoulder and says, "I'm gonna beat you at chess someday." And then he walks away.
Your hand takes 1 point of damage from those just shredded shoulders.
Gets crushed between his flexing back muscles.
I just after he walks away and like Cathyr's just down there by himself, he just looks out the window and just sighs really heavily for a second. Okay. Cracks his back, turns to go to bed.
Okay. When you go to your room, Volma's actually in your room.
Oh. Great.
That was not what I expected. You're in the wrong room.
Hi there.
Hey, I wasn't actually like tipsy. Your friends are really, really great. I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit since we haven't seen each other in such a long time.
Yeah, it really has been. It's really great to see you. I'm still trying to process.
I can't believe that you're here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd be here. This really has nothing for you. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. It really is.
Yeah.
The only reason we
Yeah.
really are here is because of Havel.
He seems interesting. He's definitely a flirt.
He really is. He really is.
He's kind of cute though. I don't know. We'll see. He's a little on the young side.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys talk for the next little bit.
Yeah.
Hang
the next
out
hour and
probably a
half.
couple hours.
Yeah.
Well, so Melora is just
she
there,
eventually
right?
passes out. Yeah. You know,
That's great.
Melora is where Melora is. But yeah, you guys talk and hang out for the next little bit. She eventually just passes out on the other bed. The next morning, Havel. Do I need to check this message? I didn't actually read it.
Break it on, buddy.
Might just be Grant's D20 messages.
No,
No, you
I
don't,
can't
you
do that,
don't.
unfortunately.
Oh, that makes me sad.
You guys
Sword
can
one, I'm
confirm
sorry.
that I got 3 nat 20s in a row, though, right?
I mean, as confirming as we can do in this kind of setting that we have here, but
Because
yeah,
you
know,
saw
it
the
is what it is.
Snapchat.
We saw the snaps. So, Havel,
Guys, I never
you wake
roll
up.
nat 20s. Give it to me.
I believe you. I believe you with all my heart.
Thanks, guys. I'm sorry to be hung up on this. We could keep going now.
Havel, you wake up.
I wake up.
Good.
That's surprising. I get up. I'm going to put on some clothes and I'm going to walk back to the
The bank.
the bank.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way back over to the Heart District, specifically to the Bright Horizon Banking Group. You enter in and you see Howard there in the same outfit. It looks like he probably slept at his desk.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yep, you know how it is. He sees you. Evelyn, I am very pleased to report that we have everything that you're going to need. Here are your papers. We managed to get you in as a political representative. You need to speak with her on matters regarding the incident from a few months ago. It's under your name, your painting. I believe your appointment is at 1 o'clock today.
1 o'clock? 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Okay. Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Great.
Is there anything else that
Thank
we can
you.
do for you? Of course, it is our pleasure.
No, I
Great.
think that's everything.
There you are.
Oh, nah, never mind.
What? I'm happy to assist you. That's
No,
my job.
it's
That is my
okay.
whole-
It was just a bit of information that I was curious about, but no matter.
I mean, I'm quite involved. I probably know what you're thinking of.
Well,
If not, obviously you can have your secrets. But I mean, you did pay a coin. I'd be happy to help you out.
well, I mean, you're obviously sworn to the Sikhs, so I couldn't ask you for secrecy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know.
unless they're dead.
I just wanted to know about someone, but it's okay. No worries.
Okay, right. If you do feel like asking, I'll probably be here. I slept for the last 3 nights, so I'm around.
Okay. Well, I will most definitely let you know. You have a wonderful day. Sleep tight, Howard.
Thanks. All right. So long, Evelyn.
Yeah, of course. And I'm going to turn around and walk away, and to go back. It's very early, right?
It's like 6 in the morning. You have like 7 hours.
I'm gonna try to be like very inconspicuous, and Havel is very paranoid and is going to try to slip away even if there's not anyone watching him. He's just going to try to like leave a trail that's very hard to follow if he can.
Roll your stealth check.
Okay. Well, that's not very good. 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I make my way back to the
You
end.
feel like you make your way. Are you just going back to the end?
I'm just going back to the end.
Tarak.
Ooh,
Yes.
actually, no. Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's early. What day is it?
It's the equivalent of Friday.
Of a what? Sorry, you lagged out for a second for me.
Oh, sorry. It's the equivalent of Friday.
Of a Friday, okay. I'm going to make my way to the synagogue.
Okay. You make your way through the Glimmering Plaza into let's see, what was it called? The prayer ward, or the prayer side, prayer ward, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, people call it prayer side just because it's. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, cool.
It's adjacent.
You make your way over to prayer side. You wander through the beautiful, elaborate synagogues and temples. The largest one being the synagogue of the Final Siege, the largest temple devoted to Aprion. Obviously, you know the knowing tactician. As you approach it, it has a large staircase that leads up to its very wide and prominent base. You can see that there is a large, massive bronze plague doctor mask that hangs from the front entrance, symbolizing which temple it is. As you step in, you step into the familiar but almost nostalgic, very, very long ago in your past, but very familiar entrance into the synagogue. It's this long, wide corridor, pillars throughout it with innate or elaborate marbling going through the base of the floor. The floor is basically always covered in the smoke of incense that kind of billows and wafts around you as you approach. There's always sometimes you know where they are, sometimes you don't, but the synagogue echoes with prayer chants throughout basically the entirety of its existence. Because of the way that the synagogue is built, it's very it has a lot of resonance to it, and so basically anywhere within the temple, as long as you're loud enough, it can be heard basically anywhere else. And so you enter in on this familiar scene: the smoke, incense, the burning braziers, the prayer songs being sung, and the large statue of black marble of Aprion on its pedestal up back just past the entranceway.
So is there, so just so Ryan knows, is there a, like, I guess what I'm asking is there like a place for prayer like on the far end of this temple? Like,
Yeah, there's altars all around.
okay. I'm going to, is there like a main altar, or is there just like small like alcove altars?
There are 3 main altars made of this white marble with so there's one centered and then off to the side on the other side of it, and between that and on the opposite side of the other ones there are 2 or 4 smaller wooden altars as well, so 7 altars total.
Okay. I'm going to walk to the center one, and I'm just gonna get on my knees and I'm going to utter a few prayers.
What?
Yeah.
You kneel down in front of the altar and begin to go about your prayers. As you do, you feel a presence stand in front of you and begin chanting some prayers as he rests his hand on you. And you immediately recognize it, though it's just the weight and the way that it's carried. You immediately recognize this as the hand of Father Grindel as he rests his hand on you and begins praying for you. Eventually he stops. How are you, my son?
He's going to look up, and shaking off the sun comet, knowing fully well that he doesn't know who he is, and just go, I am lost. I am lost, Father.
In what way? Our Lord, the knowing tactician, is one who is always willing to help and guide.
I do not know if the path that I take is the right one, for the people around me are all virtuous and just, but I do not feel I am their equal, and I fear that I cannot protect those that I care about due to that fact.
Wise men surround themselves by those who they admire, for one only grows or declines. And if they are not being sharpened, you are simply dulling yourself. Surrounding yourself by these virtuous men and women is what you should be doing. To be the weakest among one's fears is the best position you can be in.
Yeah, I expected you to say something along those lines.
Have I assisted you before, my son? I am sorry, for I do not recognize you.
You've tried. It was a long time ago, though.
Well, I hope that my age and wisdom can become of more assistance to you now.
Perhaps. There is a slight chance you will see me again later today. I have some things that I need to think about. But thank you, Father.
You are welcome, my child. Go now. Be blessed by the knowledge of the tactician.
Child, and Havel's going to turn around and walk away. And go, and blessed
Father
be
Grendel
to you,
proceeds
Father.
to begin chanting and walking off.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna go back to the inn. Anyways, okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, what's up, Renai?
Before you go to Tarak, I just wanted to be known that Renai does wake up early, and she does go down towards the entrance, and she is waiting for either Havel to return or somebody else to wake up and come down.
Okay. Yeah, Volna wakes up very, very early as well, and will step down. Seeing you, she'll go over and start talking to you. But we'll get to that in a second. So, Tarak,
Yeah.
you've been hanging out. You've been enjoying company.
It was great.
What do you want to do? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I mean, first off, I do ask, hey,
yes.
you're like a wizard. You can read.
Yes, I'm very astute.
Have you ever read anything from an author named Orvan Ironhilt?
Let's see. Ironhilt. Was he like a kind of a historian?
Yeah, like a historian, kind of like religious scholar.
Yeah, dwarvish, right?
Yeah.
I think I've read one or two.
Oh, that's great.
Do you know him?
I'm new.
Don't lie to me.
No, I knew him.
You knew him. I see. What happened
Yeah.
to him? Do you no longer know him?
He died.
Well, that's quite tragic. He was a good.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Well,
good man.
yeah, he is a good man.
May the council
I mean, I suppose, like, do you want to hear? But there's some crazy stuff. Oh, you want to hear about it?
Of course.
Okay, well,
What do you mean?
first, I should start off. I'll skip the whole about me thing, because that's not important. But I'll tell you about the rest, because so you saw the dude with the huge traps.
Yeah, Kathyr.
Yeah, so it's not just me and him. We've got like 6 people. So there's the one I mentioned. His name is Edward. He's the one with the tiny fingers. Good guy. Dad's an absolute just jerk. He's a fellows, like Newgate or something like that. Nugget fellows. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. A real bad guy. We beat him up.
Like the Ardrenites company.
Yeah. The FAD is the acronym.
I'm not familiar with the acronym. I know that they produce fine Ardrenites. It's quite refined. It's well taken care of.
Yeah, fine Ardrenite distribution, FAD.
No, it's Fellows Aldernate
It's
Distribution.
close enough. I don't actually know what the words are.
I see.
Yeah, he's a good guy. A bit stuck up, but he really tries. Then you've got.
As you guys are talking, she's making her way up the stairs.
Oh yeah, I assume that I'll pause and be like, oh, what's that room? Just randomly throughout this conversation, and then I'm like, and then there's Renaya, and she was like, she had a demon in her, and then it didn't. But now that's because she's like, I mean, you didn't hear from me, but I'm pretty sure she's dating Gratz. It's not a great relationship. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait. She's involved.
I mean,
with
involved.
the Prince
I
of
don't know the
Gritz
whole
Gratz.
details, but I know that at one point in time they did dance, and he did eat a part of a waffle, which was terribly rude. Also, she went to his demon palace. I was pretty. I wasn't there, but she was gone for like 4 days. Apparently, it was a big kerfuffle.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a threat. Got it.
And then, well, she's a really nice girl. Really nice girl. Really, honestly, out of the people there, I would say she's probably like the least likely to be like not cool. It's just the whole demon thing.
Like,
I mean, okay, to be fair,
in existence.
I don't understand how relationships work, but like, so like you saw, there's Kathyr, and then there's the girl with the red hair. Her name's Melora, and she's an Autumn daughter and just kills things wildly. And I think that they're married. I'm not sure, but they seem really close, and I'm not sure. They may not. I don't know.
I'm going
it's
to
a whole
explain it
thing.
like this. Okay, so when a mommy fish and a daddy fish.
Oh no!
love
You
each
see
other
that
very
part I
much.
understand. All right, look, we're orcs, right? We multiply like rabbits. It's the whole emotional thing. I don't understand.
Why
But then, and so then, other than so Melora's an Autumn daughter. Kathyr is like a paladin of fate, guided by the hand of justice, or something like that. He's got like 3 gods with. Look, it seems a bit, bragging a bit. Like, oh, you worship 1 god, I worship 3. I'm best friends with them. And then there's.
At this point, you've made it to her office.
Yeah, and then there's Haval. He's like a criminal. He's actually from here. But then he like ran, and then he like there was this whole situation with a like Arc Fae that like swapped his body out, so now he's all like tiefling-y. And so he was like, honestly, I'm a bit confused, because it was like he was on the run from like a botched job, but like, and he like hates the mafia, but at the same time he's like, oh man, the mafia is so cool. And I just don't understand it. It's like, oh, these people suck, but I'm gonna go and hang out with them.
Actually, just a second. So this Havel guy.
Yeah.
You said he's running from a botched job.
That his words, I don't know what that means. I barely know how to
Do you
read.
happen to know like how long ago that was?
I mean, I've only known him for like 6 months, so it has to be before that.
Okay. And you said he's a thief from around here.
I mean, thief, I would put him as like crime boss. Apparently he like ran some big mafia thing. Yeah.
Was he trying to take this? And she grabs this geometric golden staff, about 7 feet long, that flares into kind of 3 points at the top, with arcane sigils running down each of the 4 sides of it.
I don't even know what that is. Why do you have a pointy gold stick?
Maybe.
I don't know who he is. Look, he hasn't given me a whole lot of details.
It's been great having you here. And
No, but hold on.
I would love to keep talking, but I think I'm going to have you leave.
No. I'm getting to the best part. So, the real reason that I'm here, you're like real good with magic, right?
Yes. That's why he tried to steal this.
What? Okay, what is it?
She has no proof that it's me.
This, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay, that's fine. Back to the question at hand. So you're like, do you know how to like deal with curses or anything?
Yes.
So Kathyr and his wife, Laura, they've got this whole like crazy thing going on. So basically, Kathyr was given a vision quest by his 3 gods to lead him to this cave, and then they like ran into each other and made out, and then they got a crazy rune. And the rune like keeps them within like 120 feet from each other. And it's a real pain because if they get farther than 120 feet, like it's straight up like real bad. And it also keeps burning through their clothes, like little like sigil. And like we took them to like a magic doctor, and they were like, I can't help you with that. And so I just figured like, hey, you're really good with magic. And like the last magic doctor, I think that was in Thala, and we like real bungled things up there.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, Tarak, why?
Hey. 18.
Someone, why did we leave the freaking 12-year-old alone?
Hey, I'm 13.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't expect Tarak to just rant about all of our things.
He did that with the tailor.
That's all he does.
That's really just kind of what he does.
We'll never learn.
Okay, fine. I guess I could look at him.
That would
Then I
be
need to
a
leave.
huge help.
I
mean,
I can't have
so
a friend
can I-
of someone who's stealing things. Like, you're probably gonna sell him information anyway, and so I'm gonna have to like.
What? No. What? No. Okay. To be fair, Havel's really not very good at it. I
mean-
like.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get it. He got caught. Although I suppose
Okay,
he didn't.
I'm
get caught.
very confused. What
No.
happened?
I mean, I'm assuming it makes sense that it's him. So, but I mean, honestly, I don't know. I could be projecting. To be fair, I could be projecting. So we don't know.
I think you're projecting.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Stick with that one.
But there was a crew who they were trying to steal this. This is an immensely powerful object. Is how.
Okay.
It is.
The big
They were trying
golden
to steal
stick.
this, and I caught them. Except for him, I caught the rest of them.
Rest of them,
He had a few other people with him.
a few other people.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, then it can't be my guy because he only talked about one other person.
Who did he talk about?
I don't know, some hot drow.
Oh no.
Okay. Yep, that's him. Okay.
Oh,
God damn it. We were
Well,
so
no,
close.
hold on.
We were so close.
Sing Link.
Okay.
No, but he's like, so wait,
Hey,
so you're sure it's
Hey.
that guy?
Yeah. Hey, Trek,
What?
sweetheart,
Uh-huh.
where are you guys staying? I'm just curious.
No.
Oh no.
To be fair, I honestly don't know. We're in this place for a while, and then we're going to buy a boat because basically after we killed Prosius, we were like looting his place,
What? Whoa.
and
No.
then we found these like battle plans that apparently Prosius was planning to like raise some undead soldiers from the ocean,
Tarak.
and that's like a real no-no.
Telling to them.
And so
Stopping.
now we were supposed to go.
Going. No.
He's gonna get himself and the rest of us killed.
Just said that we killed Prosius.
I mean, to be
And-
fair, actually, she might appreciate the fact that we took out Prosius.
And so we were going
You're gonna get me killed.
to the ocean,
Yeah, no, sorry, Havel.
and
Yeah. No. Sorry, Havel. You're dead.
They're gonna
You're
lock me
gone.
up in prison, and then I'm
Sorry,
gonna
I've
get
got a lot of voices
murderized
going on
by
right
the
now.
ledger.
Don't worry, I got a demon prince on my side.
but yeah,
Sometimes.
so we're just going to see if there's some like undead.
Can we
Army in
not
the
just
ocean.
try to be the heroes once?
I mean,
Let's
that's
see,
what I
there's-
was trying. I'm trying to just be a hero. I want to go to the. I want to go become. I
I'm
want to
sorry.
go out and sail and fight an undead army, but we have to get a boat first.
This just gives me even more
I was-
reason to end
okay.
the world.
I was
Okay,
okay
there's nothing
with the ledger being after me again. I was not okay with the entire city of Morentia having it out for me.
Lydia's about to pull the plug and go apocalypse mode.
Oh
She's gonna go.
She's
all the way
going
level
straight to
4.
level 6.
It's gonna be like
Yeah,
that
we
John
got
Mulaney
tomorrow,
bit
damn
where
fucking
we're gonna be in the middle of the inn, and the guard's gonna show up and be like, "You!" And I'm just gonna stare at them holding a tankard, and I'm gonna chuck it at the wall and go, "Scatter!"
Is that the one that I want?
Welcome to the
Oh,
party.
no. Oh no, he's looking up a stat block.
Flips through every single book he owns.
Hey guys,
Add it
because
to the,
Havel's gonna probably die these
add
few
it to
episodes.
the sequence.
You guys should really check out the Power Hour, also known as Table Scraps,
Havel,
where
you
we
can't
just
freaking
have
die.
fun and do variety
I'm gonna
stuff.
punch you if
Tarak.
you do.
Yeah.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh no!
really-
Or
You're really
Tarak,
good at
if Tarak dies.
Tarak is
This
really good at
I'd like to be
lady
clear
is
here,
gonna be
Drew.
This lady was
I'm
right
not
on
good
one
at
thing. Renai is a
any
threat.
saving throw
No, no,
except
you're-
for
you're-
Constitution.
You're good at wisdom saving throws. You're both proficient in those, and you get to add your charisma.
Look,
Our
but
DM
it's
just
also
left.
in my bottom 3 stats, which is all of them are +1s. So that's
So,
plus
our
1,
DM
plus
just left
2,
to-
plus 4, plus 6,
You have plus.
plus 6.
Yeah.
Our DM just left to plot what he's going to do to
Okay,
Havel.
so
No, I think he went.
It's not great.
And done.
it's not good.
Oh no!
It's not a great one.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
gonna lie.
Oh no!
Why?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a single-digit number.
Oh,
Oh.
Tarak.
Oh no,
Tarak!
Tarak. He's gonna
Aaron,
Oh my
Aaron,
God.
why?
zone of truth
Oh,
here or
no.
something.
Aaron, why?
No, that would be a charisma
Oh,
save.
why?
That's an 11, DJ.
Oh,
She cast
why?
dominate person on you.
Oh, nice.
Oh no!
No! No! No! No!
Uh huh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aaron, why?
Tarak,
Yeah.
would you take me to this friend of yours?
Okay, I wasn't lying
No!
when I don't know where we were.
He literally doesn't.
He doesn't know where we
No, that's
stand.
fine.
You're
You,
supposed to come
you
to
have to
him.
do your best to obey the command.
Okay, great.
Oh.
I'm going to cast. I'm gonna say, do you have like a really big window?
Yeah.
Okay, I
takes
go
you
to
up
a
the
window.
balcony.
I say,
Oh, and by the way,
alright.
she cast it at 8th level, so
I mean, yeah. Look, dude,
lasts for 8 hours.
look. I would have needed like a nat 20 to get out of this. I'm gonna recast Find Steed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna summon a bat. I'm gonna summon my
Yeah.
bat back.
He shows up.
We'll be like, all right. So I'm not gonna lie. I can't fit 2 people on the back. So are you okay with riding in the claws?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just gonna fly a wide berth
Okay.
and see if I find anything
Do you
that
know his
sparks a
name?
memory. Who?
His name. What's his name?
The batch name is
no.
Flack.
The person we're looking for.
Who are you looking for?
We're looking for the
I have a lot of
one that
friends.
potentially took my staff.
Oh, you're talking about
The one
Havel
that knows.
Sigrund. Havel Havel Gardner. Havel. I don't know. We just call him Havel. He's the guy who gets
Gardner.
cursed. He like lost his
Okay.
skin for like a week. Like
That's
all
gross.
bones. Like
Lydia,
all
there
bones.
better be a paper cuts.
Here's what I'm looking for.
Let's just go. That's not
Look at
paper.
this.
Oh, this
gold.
is so bad.
This is
Please.
really
Please,
bad.
oh,
This
no.
is really bad.
Excuse
Like,
me.
Oh,
Yes.
you guys are saying this is bad. I'm the one that's gonna
Right.
get murdered.
We know. That's why this is bad.
Yeah.
It's just another day.
Mr.
I'm
Funny.
about to go to jail, guys. Havel wouldn't do well in jail.
Havel wouldn't do well in
He's
jail.
become Saul.
Guys, we are going to actually become pirates.
Oh my god. I'm
Because we're gonna have
I'm-
to break. We're gonna have to
I'm
break Havel out
so
of prison.
sorry. I'm gonna have to murder this lady. I apologize in
Mr. Thorny.
advance.
He is a white collar crime gentleman. He is not gonna do well in a maximum security prison.
Okay,
Yeah,
Track.
no, we're gonna have to break
Actually,
you out.
Track, come back. All right, let's go back to the tower, Track.
Okay, I do.
Oh no, she's
They
gonna
turn
find
real slow.
white person.
Just
Yeah.
go back to the tower.
You go back. So, okay, I just need you to tell me a few things.
Uh-huh.
What race is he?
I already
God.
told you it was a tiefling.
He's a tiefling. Okay, what color is he?
Like a pinkish purple some of the time when he's blushing like a deeper red.
Okay. Okay.
Real-
what does
real
horns look
hot.
like?
Huh?
What does horns look like?
Like an antelope ram.
And,
Like
you
a
know,
ramtelote.
yeah, an
Guys,
antelope.
guys, I don't feel so good.
An
Oh
antelam.
no, dude.
An
Okay.
antaram.
Yeah.
I don't
Like an
feel
interim
so good.
ramtelope.
Yeah, that's fun fact, a little paper dungeon trivia for you guys. I had no idea what race or what I looked like when I made Havel. He used to be human. Now that he's not human, I gave the DM full rights to design the character. DJ really just looked at my character and said, I'm gonna make him as distinct as possible.
Okay. All right, Jack.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Mr. Thorny.
Yeah.
Mistress.
Oh, look, she hasn't called me off yet. Why do you
You can
want
call
to
me
meet
Jack.
Havel?
Oh, I just he was wanting this, and so I figured I should give it to him.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh no.
That's so bad.
No.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm
my
really
God.
glad.
This is
I'm
gonna
really
be another.
glad.
This is gonna be
I don't
another
want it.
Santa Claus.
I don't
moment,
you can
guys.
keep it.
Because, like,
and
I-
she
look.
drops dominate person.
He's been working real hard lately. Honestly, he's been kind of depressed. He could really use some friends that he doesn't feel like he has to like. He literally died for us. Like,
Wow.
yeah, had
That's impressive.
to summon an Ocfey and get him to rip his soul back, and then we had to kill the Ocfey with Grotz. That was rough. I was king of the dragons for a bit. Did you know that what's his face is dead? The king of the dragons.
Tarak for the most. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
But it
I
was
buried him
quite-
in the ocean. It was bad. He was killed like like life just sucked right out of him by Braltius. It was
Okay,
bad.
sure. Okay, all right.
We are the weirdest party.
Is all of these kind of like your things, or does
What do you mean?
what'd you say? His name is Haval. Does he have like any of these titles or privileges?
Title?
Yeah, just
Oh well, I mean, yes. He's half orc now.
he's a half orc now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
In progress.
Okay. Hey, would you take me for a ride?
Turn around and squat down.
I like how
on-
she
on
used
your
dominate
back.
person. I like how she used dominate person as if he won't just do all of these things normally.
Well, he did say that she drops it.
Yes. I meant on your back.
Oh, are you fine with being
I
in
can
the
ride in the
claws
claws.
again? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go? Like,
Uh,
want to pick up some
Well, I'm
like
just gonna
fries?
take you around the
Something
city.
not fish. That would be the goal.
That might be difficult, but we have a lot of.
That
trades,
I
so
hate it
that
here.
wouldn't be too bad.
This is you think this is what I'm talking
Okay.
about. This place
Well, here,
sucks. There's
why don't-
water
Why
everywhere.
don't you take me in a couple of circles around the city? Why don't we just go one big old like spiral towards the center, and I'll see what I see if I can remember anything that might be interesting to you.
Okay.
only had a
Interesting to me.
Stealth.
Yeah, you want something that wasn't fish, right?
Oh yeah, that's fair. Oh, food stalls. What is it like midnight here? Is
Oh
things
no,
open?
it's like 7.
Oh, well, that's nice. I don't know if time is crazy. Yeah, sure. Let's get on. Let's go.
Time is crazy.
Okay.
I,
So
I'm
you take her.
gonna
In,
die.
you take her in circles.
I'm
While
in
she does that, she's
danger.
gonna, yeah, she's gonna cast locate creature.
I'm in danger.
Let's see how well this works.
It was a 16 on my stealth.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh
It's a
no.
Okay.
To be fair, though, I mean, Tarak is going to do what he can to protect him.
I dropped my mic.
I don't even. I'll be honest. Yes. That's not. I can't do a whole lot here.
Fair. But but it's you'll do what you can.
Theoretically, I could just fly her. Like I could just fly her into the sky and drop her. I mean, it's not like she has fly or.
Does
or
Havel
or
get
feather
back to
fall.
the
Feather
inn, or
falling.
is this
Or-
while he's still out on
Yeah,
the street?
No, you guys are all fine. No, this is last night. This is the night before when you guys were all talking to Vaughn.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
this is
no.
why I said time was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're all with Volna right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, Tarak, you guys fly in circles for a little bit. After a little while, you notice that Trithani is like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, Tarak,
Yeah.
there's a really great vegan place down here. You want to try it?
Oh, vegan. I'm practically
Yeah,
a
try it.
carnivore. I have tusks.
Okay.
Although it is really difficult with the whole missing sheet. You know how I got that? So I'm an orc. And I'm just shouting over the winds.
Okay. After a little while, you tell your story. Eventually, she finds you some meat. Gets you up, fills you up nice and full. Probably the most
Drugs
full
me.
you've been in a while. Eventually, she takes you back to the tower, tucks you into bed, lets you fall asleep real nice. You're real comfy on the floor, as you like it.
Mm-hmm.
In the corner, in a ball.
Yeah. Do you pass out, or do you want to do anything?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like literally Track would just stay up and talk to her. Like just
Oh.
constantly.
Yeah. She just
It's
talks.
like,
Tell
Eventually
us
oh,
she
man.
passes out.
everything about our adventures.
That's so
Did you know? So this is kind of weird and bring it up. So I mentioned that I killed 2 orcs a little while ago. That was
Uh-huh.
really rough. But I was kind of
Yeah.
stuck between a decision because they had
Okay.
made a disease and they tested it on children, which is frankly just not only is it
Wow. That's
rude.
really terrible.
It's terrible, but it's also like kids' immune systems are way weaker than adults. So why would you use kids? Like that's just unkind.
Maybe they needed kids for some reason.
I don't know. Like, and then there was the whole
What were
witch.
they doing with the kids?
Oh, I mean, they
There was a
like
witch involved?
stuck diseases in them, and then I had to pull
Yeah,
them out
no.
with like basically
But,
just
like,
a pen
after-
knife. What?
What were they doing after they filled them with the disease?
I don't know. They fed them to a crazy Arcfey or something like that. We
That's
found
probably why
graves.
they needed children right there. But usually, like, do you know which Arcfey it was?
A really cold one. I mean, she worked with a witch named Ben Lucina. I honestly, she wasn't all that bad. Like I talked to her. She was really cool.
I'm trying to remember what was her
I'm
name.
I'm looking through my notes because this is late enough that I might have written
Was
it,
it
or
like the
early enough
Lady
that I
of
might have written it
Shadow
down.
or something like that? Like Lady of
Lady
We're trying-
Morintar.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Lydia, good
Lydia's
work
got
out
good
there.
notes.
Lydia's big brain.
Lydia carry team.
100%.
Yeah, Lady Monantari. What? I already
Morintar.
forgot it. Laurentar.
Lauren
Lady
Tar-
Laurentar.
Lauren
That was
Tar.
great at all.
Morantar.
You want more
Wait, You guys talked to Lady Morintar.
Oh, well, I did. She picked me up, and then I was like, "Hey, it would be really cool if you put me back down." She was like, "Oh, okay."
You are immensely powerful.
I have been told. Although for the first 12 years, it did not feel like it. But I did survive a fall from like the atmosphere earlier when we were fighting that dragon that we got all those scales from. But
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, honestly, our entire group is like pretty cool. Like, I mean, so Melora, I mentioned, Autumn Daughter, crazy. She straight up like fighting that dragon. It was pretty much her and Kathyr. Like they were all like, arrow, arrow, and then like both eyes got gouged off, and then Kathyr was like, ha! And like chopped it real deep with the sword, and there was a big boom of light. And then like I like when Havel died to
This is still
Prosius,
going.
when
This
Havel
is
died to Prosius,
still-
and he like Prosius was like, I'm
Okay.
gonna kill you, and he was like, no, I won't.
This
no.
is we're
Ah!
just
He
and you
stabbed
said
himself
no
in the chest.
recap episode.
Oh,
So,
Um,
I could listen.
Aaron.
I could listen to that the whole day.
Basically, I would like to
Yes.
paint a picture of the group as positive as possible.
okay,
Are
go
you
ahead
trying
and
to
roll a
persuade?
roll a performance check or a
Ooh.
persuasion check, whichever is
This
better.
is getting
I'll take
interesting.
persuasion.
Okay.
Come on, Aaron.
Oh,
Two
yes.
numbers.
Oh, hey.
Two numbers on the dice.
22?
Ooh.
Okay.
And that's without the +5 bonus that I had because I used my channel divinity.
That's like the top percentile of all.
I
your
know.
rolls.
I'm getting there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good guys and gals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, I'm
Okay,
honestly impressed.
I'm
Like a
sorry,
lot of
Tarak.
them, terrible situations, really trying to turn their lives around. Not succeeding, but really trying.
All right, Tarak. I
Yeah.
am an old woman.
Are you?
And-
I can't tell.
Well, I appreciate that. I do work hard to conceal my age. I'm
I
really good
mean,
at
why?
that now.
Aging is natural. I die in 40 years. Like if I'm lucky. I'm
Good
13.
night, Tarak.
I'm practically middle-aged.
She pats your head and just hobbles off.
Well,
So-
experience. I'm gonna go to sleep.
I love Tarak. He's like a child.
So, you guys, we'll pop back over to Renaya. So you've been waiting for a little while. Eventually, Volna wakes up, makes her way down. Oh, Renaya.
Hi.
Didn't realize that you were going to be awake this early. Most people aren't awake this early.
Yeah, I'm a light sleeper.
Did you not sleep well last night?
Oh no, I slept fine. I don't sleep very long.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's been interesting. Since I started traveling a lot more, I've been sleeping a lot less. Partially because I'm like staying out a little later. I'm meeting a lot of really fun people, but this job is like really stressful too. And so like it's definitely hard to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Anyway, she goes and she starts grabbing some breakfast.
Renaya's keeping an eye out the window, just looking for when Havel comes back.
You looking for someone?
Havel, he had a thing to go to in the morning, and him by himself always concerns me.
It seems like you care about him a lot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like I like trust him with my life. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't
Mhm.
really necessarily trust him with his.
I understand that. How I feel about Kathyr. He was always so serious. Never really willing to forgive himself.
Yeah,
More
I
he's gonna do
kind of
something
noticed
stupid
that.
to try and make up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of picked up on that too.
Although it seems like Melora is good for him. I didn't get
Mhm.
to talk to her a whole lot, but she seems like she helps him out a lot.
Yeah, they're very close.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So, you said there was another one, Tarak. Where is he?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't usually like big social, lots of people, city spaces. He tends to like stay outside
Huh.
the city, and then we go and get him, and then
That's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Why doesn't he like cities?
I just don't think he's used to it. Not used to it. Also,
Interesting.
it's overwhelming.
Can be, definitely. Been to a lot of different cities. Harentha was weird. Harentha is very like clean and pristine. I don't like it. It's not doesn't have enough character. It's not
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah, Noah's very interesting for long for me, but
Why is that?
that's just how it's always been. Always on the move.
You were always on the move?
Mhm.
And why is that?
Well, when I was with Lada, she was still adventuring, and so, she just kept moving, and so we just kept moving. And then when she retired, then it was like my turn to kind of take her shoes, and so then I went out and started to keep going. And then I tried to settle for a little bit. It didn't work out well. There was a witch. I killed her. It's really long, traumatic story, but yeah.
You're a very interesting person, you know that, right?
Oh, I know.
How do you feel about that?
I wish I was interesting in the way you're interesting.
What do you mean?
Well, you're interesting because you're like really smart and you're really skilled, and like people look at you and you've got like this big confidence and you own the room. People look at me and they kind of immediately pity me.
And yet you're the one that's killed a witch between the two of us.
But like it's a lot more complicated than that.
So? I mean, to be fair, like I'm getting feelings that you kind of like, you think that I'm really cool, but you barely even know me. You really just know what I've told you, the person that I've presented myself to you as.
Well, right, but I wish I could hold myself the way you can hold yourself to strangers.
Why don't you?
I
See,
never
because
really...
when I look at you, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Go ahead. Your stuff is always cooler than my stuff.
No.
No,
What
you
were
go
gonna
ahead.
say
I like
now?
what you talk. When you talk, it's cool. You
No.
keep talking. You can go. I like what you have to say. You say what you're going to say. And then maybe I'll say what I say, or maybe the thing you say is going to completely cross out the thing I say, so there's no point in me saying what I was going to say anyway. Are you going to say it, or...
No.
Okay,
No, I tell you what, I'll say what I was going to say if you say what you were going to say.
okay. You go first.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of don't really know what I was going to say. I was kind of just word vomiting because you're really cool.
Okay. Well, first of all, we can stop with that. I'm not that cool.
You're Kathyr's twin sister.
I mean, if anything, that just makes me less cool.
Kathyr's like the coolest.
He's okay. Kind of a nerd. But, I don't know. He's smart and pig-headed. But really kind. Sometimes he's really stupid.
I think everyone in this group is rather stupid at times, including me.
I mean, I
think it comes with the job.
I mean, traveling around trying to make money and killing things is not typically a usual profession, I will admit.
Yeah.
Although you guys killed Prazius. So, I mean, you must be doing something right. Stopping tyrants. I can't say that. Most I've done is talk people into war. You actually stopped one. Or at least stopped the start of one.
Debatable, but okay.
It seems like you take your accomplishments and in order to hide yourself, you belittle them. For some reason, you don't want to be seen.
Usually when I get seen, bad stuff happens.
Like what?
Okay, you're Kathyr's twin sister, so you're a lot like Kathyr, which means that you're very trustworthy and not going to like spill all my secrets.
I mean, I promise to only spill the juiciest ones.
Okay, then I can't say anything.
I promise I won't say anything to anyone.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm like cursed, but not in like the oh, let me use a spell and remove this curse kind of thing. No, in a everything bad tends to find me. I'm telling you, I went to settle to go volunteer at an orphanage. I thought it was going to be quiet. I thought it was going to be calm. Then the next thing I know, kids are getting taken out the window and I'm hunting down a witch.
It seems like I have often found that the people who live the hardest lives really only do that because they're the only ones who can.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want anybody else to have to do these kinds of things.
So maybe you're not cursed, but you're taking on everybody else's curse. You know, maybe you're so good that the world has to attack you, so it doesn't have to attack anybody else.
And that's probably why I make myself so little so I don't get seen, because if it sees me, it's gonna attack me.
Okay.
I am getting better though.
Do you feel like you can handle it?
I think enough people believe in me that I have to.
I understand that. There's a lot of pressure when a whole nation is relying on you to make smart, tactical decisions that will, in general, produce good when it feels like what you're doing is just wrong.
Yeah.
Sending people to go die to stop an evil.
I mean, yeah. It's a lot of pressure to have your friends expect you to not end the world, and you don't really know how to not do that. You don't know how to do it either, but
But
you know
I think
it
so far,
happens.
since you haven't ended the world,
I haven't done it
I
yet,
think you're doing
so
great.
I think I'm doing pretty well, right? Yeah,
so far you're doing pretty good in my book.
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah.
You're stronger than you think you are.
Oh, I'm very strong. I don't question that. I also have these. They make me extra strong. I kicked Havel like 15 feet before.
Okay, remind me not to get on your bad side.
He dumped water on me and called me a sea dog because I shook my braids and splashed him.
That's kind of funny. Interesting. You know, I'm really not that cool compared to you. You're almost intimidating.
I don't want to be intimidating.
Well, here's the thing. I have kind of a bad habit. I really care what people think of me. And so I have to be the coolest. I have to be the prettiest and the strongest and the smartest. And that holds up to a little bit. You know, I'm pretty smart and I'm pretty and stuff like that. But I mean, it's only surface level. You know, if anybody looks any deeper, I'm not that cool. I haven't really done anything.
I'm sure that's not true.
well, you know, I'm pretty great. Trust me, I know that. But you know, it is how it is. At this point, Havel, you're walking back to the inn, or you're back in. You're about to enter the inn.
I walk in and I go.
Okay. Oh, Havel.
Hi.
Hello. My appointment has been moved to it was like 3 o'clock, I think. So I have some time.
Oh, so you can go to the beach with us now.
Sure.
Sweet. I'll go wake up Kathyr. It was really, really nice to talk to you, Naya.
Nice to talk to you too.
She gets up. She goes up. She goes and stops Kathyr.
Renaya just turns to Havel as soon as she's done. Where did you go? What did you do? Why are you doing sneaky things again?
I went to the bank. I talked to some people, and now I may or may not have the opportunity to see the person that I betrayed.
Hold on, what? Wait, am I thinking of the right person when you say that?
The drow, yeah.
Mira?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the drow.
You're going to go, are you sure that is a good idea?
Sorry.
And Grant ruined it.
Grant broke Ryan. Just give it a second.
I don't think it's a good idea, but it is something that I need to do in order to close my past.
Hey, can I ask to go with you?
I only had enough to find one fake document. So I only have one false alias to get me in, and it's I am playing a political affiliate of some kind that needs to talk to her.
Well, then I'm your, like, guard or something. I can borrow some of, like, Kathyr's clothes and look a bit tougher.
I don't know if
I can like ditch the
is that going
pink.
to be a smart idea? Is that like? I should have asked him if I could have a +1.
I mean, at least I can like just wait outside.
Okay, I'll try. We can try. Okay, just
Okay.
purely so that way you can't say that I didn't try. I will try.
Okay.
You're not using your real name though, and you're not using my real name either. I think
Okay,
up with something. I don't know.
What's your
Whatever-
name
whatever.
and what's my name?
My name is Abelin.
Okay, hold on. Let me write that down in my memory. Okay, and then what's mine?
That is a very good question, Rennie. What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? You can be anyone. That's the beauty about making up identities.
I want to be Marty.
Marty, wonderful.
Let me write
I
that
love that.
down in my brain as well. Okay. Well,
We'll be taking a small boat out to the prison.
I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't think I was gonna get you to agree to that. Okay. Cool.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think I'd say yes, but at the end of the day, I guess sooner or later I have to start getting you all to trust me, so I'll indulge in your stupid ideas. Not that this is necessarily the stupidest idea that you've all had.
At
I mean-
this point, everybody else is coming down the stairs as well.
Oh my! I am so
Just
sleepy.
act tough and don't say too much, Renai, okay?
You know, Valnok, that still hurts. Like, just because I taught you
You're for
how
a
to
big
throw a
bad
punch,
fake paladin.
just
I
because I
figured
taught
you
you
could
how to
take one
throw a
now.
punch, does that mean you have to do that to wake me up?
Did you
Just
punch
because
him?
you can't take a punch doesn't mean that's my fault.
Did you punch him? Is that how
Or
you woke him
slapped
up?
That's how I woke him.
You
just
slapped
slapped
him.
So, you know.
Oh, hi, Havel.
I mean, how's it going, Kathyr? How's that face? Oh yeah, your body's sore. Your body's a little
Just
sore.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of feels nice. I didn't realize how much all of those dragon parts were weighing me down.
Yeah,
Right.
they were like the
As you
size of
still
your
carry around
torso.
the majority of the dragon parts.
Some of the dragon parts.
You're still
Also-
carrying the heaviest parts.
To be fair,
Just so
we've been
we-
sore for months, flying on those
So we're-
bats all day. Ugh,
So we're all clear.
good riddance. I hate
At around 3 o'clock, I have an appointment. I will be going on a boat off to a prison to talk to
an old friend,
an old
maybe.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have guessed.
Yeah. Well, shut up, Edward. Renaya's going with me.
Oh, that's good.
You loser.
Well, that gives us plenty of time to go to the beach.
Yes.
Yes,
we should
the
go to
beach.
It's barely morning. Can we get breakfast first?
Gosh, I'm terrified.
Oh, we already had. Renaya and I already had breakfast. We're way ahead of you.
Oh, you guys
Ah,
are
you slow cook.
elves.
Did they have waffles?
Oh god,
They
do they
have
have waffles?
They have waffles.
Oh god.
Do they have
Rock shows up and
waffles?
eats your
Thank the
waffles,
gods.
Renaya.
Not again.
Edward gets a waffle.
I
Get a pancake because heck you and your conformity.
I
That's
also
right.
get some pancakes.
Nice.
Waffles
Oh,
are
heck
arguably
you.
better.
So you guys all eat your breakfast and begin making your way over to Alvaron Beach,
Beach side.
the beach that
Yes.
the beach side that's going to have all the waves, surf, whole 9 yards. Ryan, you also know that this is the entrance or where you would go to kind of get to Nirana Reef, which is a colony of Triton that also are technically considered a part of Marentia.
Hey
So it's
guys,
kind of
did you know
whole
that
thing.
Triton live on these shores?
Wow.
Interesting.
I really didn't.
Yes.
So
They're part of the governmental system of Marencia.
Tell me more about the politics of Marentia, please.
So
Nope.
you guys go about, talk about everything, head to the beach so you can start your day of surfing. And with that, that is where we're going to end tonight's
Ah,
session.
no, I hate it. I hate it.
Come back next week to see if Havel dies or not, or goes to jail
no.
or not.
We're
Or,
going to
or
it's
what-
more like-
baby.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be more
you know,
like
we'll see what
come
happens.
next week if you want to watch Havel plea for his life.
I'm so excited.
So anyway, we love you guys. We are super excited to be playing this game. We love to come back every week. We will
Oh.
see you next time, Dungeoneers. Good luck, Godspeed. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Dungeoneers. I love you. Thanks for
like
listening to the
and
podcast and watching on YouTube. Bye.
Bye.